Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the PUBG Mobile European Wonder League. We are here at the finals, everybody. Today, of course, is day 1 of 3, and we will be watching, along with all of you at home, just how these teams get on and who will be taking that final trophy home at the end of it all. Again, here I am joined by Majesty. Good evening.
Good evening, Chair and everybody. We've got a nice purple layout tonight as well. A bit of difference for the finals.
Yeah, it looks
Getting
great.
all ready for these sweaty games with our new layout as well to join us.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm curious to see what you guys at home think of this new layout. I think it looks very cool. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of cool little graphics there, bits and bobs. Looks all very professional indeed, and this is what these teams deserve. We're here to give the best possible coverage for these teams because, man, they have had a trek to get here, haven't they?
I know, so we've seen all those all 20 teams competing in the league for those Super Days spots, and of course we had to lose 4 and only the top 16 have made it to these finals. But all the girls teams have been phenomenal throughout the league so far, and there is our overview. And there we go, the 16 teams that qualified for our finals starting tonight. So just that little change there for our finals dates. Will start tonight for the 7th and the 8th of September instead of yesterday, with our pull there as well, all of that UC to give away, and of course, as usual, our placement and kill points.
Looking very interesting indeed. I'm thinking though already, Majesty, there we go, that I'm already considering if we should be doing predictions for the finals or not. I mean, they're here at the finals, they've already gotten this far, but I really don't want to jinx them so close to the end, you know, so I'm still confused as to what we should be doing for this.
Yeah, and we've already had our first fumble of the night, so that set us ready to go. For the rest of our matches there, we have all 5 matches tonight, going back to the full of Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, Erangel, and a second Miramar for the next 3 days. All 5 matches back again.
Lovely, looking very nice indeed. It's going to give all these teams a really, really nice, really nice scope of all the maps, nice chances for all of them to really put in that work. So for those Erangels and Miramars, I mean, if you have one bad game in one of those Erangels or one of those Miramars, you have a second chance. So it's really nice that we have 5 games here tonight instead of those 4 to just give these teams the best possible chance of having a good time in the finals. Yeah,
and after we saw just the 4 maps in the Super Days, that 5th map that we were edging for after the 4th game in the Super Days was so good on all of them. Happy to have that 5th game back to finish our nights off for the finals.
Absolutely. So yeah, gonna be looking very much forward to all these teams competing here. They've had a little bit of a break since our last show. I think, what was it, about 10 days ago was the last day of that league stage. So they've had quite a few days to actually progress, to train, to look forward to analyze a lot of the competitive other teams around them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they've actually evolved over the last 10 days and see what they can put forward that is perhaps different from what we've seen from these teams before.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see if they've made any changes, improvements, who's going to carry on from the last games that they played, who has been away, worked on themselves as a team, and just see how they go in the first finals day tonight.
Yeah, looking very, very much forward to that. The next game, or first game, I should say, of the finals should be with us in just a few minutes. So that's going to be looking very nice indeed. Very, very soon. Going to be very exciting with that. But yeah, so we had a few teams top those charts during the league stage that definitely, definitely topped, well, I said this already, but topped the league by quite a bit. They really dominated the rest of the lobby, but this is the finals. This does mean now that the points have been taken back to 0. So those leads that those teams had do not have them anymore. So it does mean potentially we could be seeing some new leaders involved. I mean, towards the end of the second Super Week days, we were seeing new faces on the end of those games. The new winners weren't just 2 or 3 of those teams. It was a lot more, maybe of even the lower ranked teams, down the lower ranked teams. But so it could be an interesting thing to see if any of those teams are going to make it forward and actually do better than some of those top ranking teams for the finals, and see if they can actually beat some of them at the end of it.
Yeah, it's nice to see at the end of the Super Days as well, those lower half table teams really started to compete seriously, and so I'm hoping that they come back in today in the finals. They've got that momentum ready, and I'm hoping it's going to be a close one, and we'll see if those teams that did perform really, really well, see if they can carry on as well. Obviously, Galatasaray with all those chicken dinners from the final Super Days, whether they can continue that on today, and the other teams, now it's back to 0. They won't be too far behind this time, I don't think.
Yeah. No, I agree. And of course, Leitra as well. I mean, we saw them. We know their telltale signs now. When they're going for a win, they're going to be very, very quiet and keep to a group off in the distance. But I wonder if we noticed it, surely the other teams did. And I wonder if there will be any teams actually going to sabotage that kind of strategy and try and get in there first. I'm wondering if maybe that's one of the changes there, try and knock Leitra off their course a little bit and try and get that advantage for themselves, because Leitra always have a really good spot in the zone. They always are kept away from the other team, so there's actually a large range around them that's not busy at all. So if another team can come in and take them out, then maybe they can take that place over for themselves and actually end up in the same sort of position that Leitra did. So that's kind of what I'm wanting to see from a lot of these teams, not onto Leitra specifically, but just some of these new strategies coming in and coming through and seeing if they can make something for themselves through that.
Yeah, I think maybe sabotage. I'm really looking forward to the last day of the finals. I think that's when we'll see it. We'll see the other teams dropping on them, saying, no, I need to take your place, so I'm going to land on you and hope that we can take you out. I think that's what we've got in store for the last day, which I'll be very excited for, because, I like a bit of early drama in these matches.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's just such a good time when you have that kind of stuff going on. And I'm expecting personally that these teams are going to be it's going to be down to the last game, is what I mean to say. It's going to be going down to the last game. These last couple of points are still going to be up for grabs. Certainly in the top 3 places. I mean, maybe first we'll, fly away from the rest of the lobby. But I'm still thinking that there's going to be like 5 to 10 points between these teams at the last match. So really looking forward to that. If my expectations correct, then we're down for some very, very intense games.
Yeah, so you're edging towards a couple of teams flying away with those points. I'm going to bet on it's going to be closer this time compared to the Super Days. I'm going to go the opposite way and say I think it's going to be tighter at the top, definitely.
Ooh.
So we're going to have a bit of we'll see who wins that one. We'll see. Along with our predictions, we'll predict the table as well, and that's my bets on that.
No, that's a good bet to have. I think it's definitely going to make for a more intense, a more interesting fight for the viewers at home, for us on the desk as well. Might not be the easiest or the most looked for results for the rest of the teams in that lobby, because I mean they surely do not want to be so close at the end of the last game, but certainly would make for a very, very captivating show for the rest of us, I think.
Yeah, I'm here for the drama. I love to see it, and I want it to be as close as possible to keep that tempo, that momentum. Everyone will still be competing till the very end, so that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah,
looking forward to it. But we're getting into Erangel now. Miramar, Sanhok, Erangel, Miramar. Already done all that. But I mean, we both know our favorite map is Sanhok, Majesty. But is there a map in particular that you're kind of looking out for?
I've actually become a fan of Erangel through watching this league. Probably my least favourite map to start with.
Yeah.
Not really a fan. Has slightly become one of my favourites to watch now after watching these girls fight it out. I'm a massive fan now, so I like all these throwables that have been used. The nades, I've just been in awe every game. So Erangel actually started to become one of my favourites.
No, I agree. I totally agree with that. I mean, same for me, to be honest. I've not really enjoyed the map. It's the map you start out on, isn't it? So when you've been playing for years and years or whatever, it becomes a little uninteresting compared to other maps. But these teams definitely take it to a whole other level. They know how to work it, they know how to play it, and it makes a great masterclass for the rest of us that then, take it to your own game and go, oh, actually, Erangel's quite fun when you play it like this. So yeah, I like Erangel, definitely. And also, I think, compared to Miramar as well. Now, Miramar is one of my favorite maps, but it is bigger and more difficult to navigate. So I feel like Erangel gives us a little bit more action than we would be used to seeing on Miramar. So definitely kind of like a Sanhok, Erangel, and then Miramar. If I had to put them into a tier list, I think that's probably how I would go for competitive gameplay.
Yeah, and unfortunately we didn't get our wish of 2 Sanhoks either, so
I know.
sad times for us.
I know.
Maybe next time they'll think about, Sanhok, let's give them an extra one. They've got 2 of the other maps, come on.
Yeah, totally. We need more Sanhok in these matches, in these games. We do. You said it. We do. We just do. But yeah, so game gonna be coming in here. First Erangel, speaking of Erangel, gonna be coming in here in less than 2 minutes. So y'all better get your snacks, get your drinks. We're ready to go in just a minute. And if you've gotten all that, if you're prepared, and kudos to you if you are, but if you are prepared, then why don't you spend this time going ahead and spamming or, showing your support for your teams in that chat. We want to see it. I know Majesty's got her phone open. She's looking at chat. We all want to see it. We do.
Yeah, I always have a look at the chat, and also stay with us for all of the games, because tonight I will be sending some UC codes every game in the chat. So make sure you stick around and join us to watch these ladies tonight, and you could bag yourself some UC.
Well, doesn't that sound nice? That's definitely a win in my book. So yeah, you guys gonna want to stick around for that. Not only are you gonna support everybody here, as you said, but we got a new graphic in here, so support the graphic, guys, and get that UC at the same time. But look at this.
Let's go! We're feeling professional tonight.
We are.
This is amazing. Look at this. We've got flamethrowers. We're flying off the runway. We're heading to the sky of Erangel. Oh, I'm on that plane right now.
Yes, we are. We're just going to be getting into that map there. Here we go. Match 1. Not match 2 as it says right there, but match 1. Yes. I bent the other way around. Never mind. We're going to move on from that. That plane path is very southern, though. I'm looking at Millie Island. I'm looking at Milta itself. Oh, we got all the girls out here. Here we go. So these are your players here for this evening. All from different teams here. You do see their teams on the yellow bars there. There's their team names. But there are all our girls out here going to be doing their best to come forward and take that trophy home. I mean, that's quite a trophy. I mean, it's been a long time coming. We have had competition here for several weeks now, and we are just finally getting towards the end of it, where all these girls can do the whole make or break thing and try and get that prize money at the end. So there we go. It was a southern plane path. We do see 2 teams going over to Novo and Military Base. And I think we know who those are. Yeah, it is going to be Nightmare and Besiktas over on that island side. Going more to the north, though, we do have other teams coming up onto their normal drop spots. I think we're not going to be seeing any real hot drops just yet. We are seeing Farm, Milta, and Milta Power all very quickly taken up. And that zone is going straight down to the southwest, so definitely going to not be an easy start for these teams. It is going to be going over to that water, and quite a chunk of water as well. Looks like all those teams are going to have to take a boat. They might even use that boat strat. We've seen them use it before several times, particularly in Sanhok, where they just sit out in the water. If there's a lot of water in that zone, yes, eventually you do get taken out, unless you're very lucky being able to get into land. But we've seen teams go up several placement points than they would have normally done by using it. So honestly, I'm a fan. What you got to do, what you got to do. That's really what is all about. There it is. Galatasaray, though, they are going to be in Pachinki. That's their usual spot. So yeah, nothing too out of pocket from these teams. Everybody's going to their normal drop spots, and I think it's going to be a quiet start.
Yeah, and one thing for me, Neptura, they've all got different colours for the final, so I'm going to have to get used to the colours again of all these teams. So we've had a shift of our slots, and we'll have to pick this up quickly tonight.
Yes, we will. It might be 1 or 2 hiccups, so apologies in advance, dear viewers, but we'll get there. We will get there in the end. Is that a pumpkin helmet in time for fall? I like. Fire is rocking that. So she's going to be pumpkining over in Pachinki. Ooh, we do have a little bit of something going on over by Mansion, though. Looks like Armed Family and Surreal, they are looking fairly close to each other down in Mansion, but I don't think anything's going to happen just yet. Looks like they've just driven between each other at that point, and it doesn't look like they're going to be going back for more. So just something to keep an eye on, just to update you on that. But a minute until that zone goes through, and at the moment, just going to be chilling. Just going to be looting away. We only have, let's see, well, we actually have quite a few teams outside the zone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams outside of zone. So nearly half the lobby there. And they're just going to be making their way in pretty quickly. I don't think any of these teams are real late rotators. Yeah, Arm Family going to be disengaging from that entirely and going up to Yasnaya. So no risk of an engagement just yet. But one of the teams I have to be looking out for, gotta say, going to be Rise of Queens on your screens right now. Did some good work, got to the finals, and I'm looking for a real performance from them for these next 3 days.
Yeah, I think everyone at the minute just taking their time. It is the first game of the finals. Nobody wants to do anything drastic just yet, apart from we have our first crash there, straight into the lamppost. Thank you, Sunny, for that. We caught it. Much appreciated.
But they've actually got a really good spot there, Milta Power. It looks like they've looted up Milta, and they're going to be going over to the factory area as well. Opium just getting rid of some tires there. Unnecessary, to say the least. And away they go. Looks like, yep, they're going to be coming in just behind Rise of Queens from Milta, as the zone is now pushing people in. So they're definitely going ahead of zone by quite a mile, because the zone has just now reached the edges of the map. So they are way ahead of schedule, and they're going to be quite happy doing so. Nightmare as well on their way in. The rest of the teams out to Lipovka and the Mansion side of things, they are okay. They seem to be still there. Rexpect and Surreal going to be both still looting up as we speak. And there is Goskilla Kawaii on the screen right now. And there's Delirium. So that's going to be down in Primorsk, rather, not Pachinki, Primorsk. And for them, I'm feeling like they might actually have a little bit of a hard time getting out of here, if they want to do so. I mean, generally we do see teams try and get out of Primorsk after looting up. Not generally a place you really want to be in for those mid to late phases of the game. You can get stuck very quickly there. But as I'm seeing it now, it looks like it might be actually a very busy exit. So they may actually do well just to stay there, because you've got Onyx Dream Court, Cave, you cook Quality. Now Ozorox is coming in. The Dolls are coming in as well. Rise of Queens moving into the area. So it's very, very busy. And I just don't think it would be in Goskilla's best interest to try and move east out of here. So they might try Primorsk, or they might try sneaking up the western side of that mountain. We'll have to see.
Yep, and just while everyone's making their way to Zone Neptura, I'm going to jump over onto YouTube and get this first UC code out for these guys. So if you're watching with us right now, get ready. It'll be there shortly. I'll be right back.
Alrighty, so she's going to go do that. Yeah, everybody, if you heard that, if you're not paying attention to your screens, if you've not got your hands on that phone, on that keyboard, you might want to do that right away. She's going to go ahead and give you those codes in that chat, so stay tuned for that imminently. Meanwhile, those teams are moving to the center of the zone. So we already have Besiktas having moved to the West Bridge area. Nightmare trying to come in behind them, but they may have to wait for Besiktas to move over. The zone hasn't gone anywhere. What I mean is the military base is still more than halfway in the zone. So typically, if it does go to the western side or something like that, we typically say, yeah, military base is not going to be in zone. The island's not going to be in zone. So everybody makes that shift over to the mainland. But in this zone, it's actually rather hard to say because it could very easily not even hard shift down to the southeast side and be completely in the zone for that island. So I think Besiktas and Nightmare are just going to hold the fort down just a little bit. Going to wait around. We do have our first knock, or what it seems. Yeah, I think it's our first knock over on to Ozorox, though. And that's going to be, or no, Armed Family is going to be, no, apologies, that I got confused there. That is going to be Ozorox. Going to get that res. Oh, just about, though. Just about as Nash Inferno just creep up over that hillside. So, yeah. Could look a little touchy there, but looks like they're going to be able to get that res up. They're good to go for now. We still have one team outside of zone right now. That is going to be Armed Family out in Yasnaya. So they are taking their sweet time about this one. They're still in Yasnaya and are making no real moves to move into zone. So could be interesting. We will see what happens there.
Back. Did I miss anything juicy?
Not particularly, no. We did have Ozorox, one of the Ozorox girls getting knocked, but she got res back up and they've disengaged, so nothing new.
Alright, I've sent that code out. That code is for 660 UC, guys.
Wow. Goodness, that's
I wonder if
good chunk of UC.
I can redeem that.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, I want to be in chat.
Oh, gee, am I allowed?
Unfortunately, I don't think so, but what I was just talking about was that the island was still so much in zone that it was hard to tell if it would go to the island or not. And I can confirm that it has in fact gone to the island. There it is on your screens right now. So we are looking, all those teams went to the quarry areas, went to the center of that zone, and unfortunately are not going to be rewarded for their efforts. They're all going to have to come down to the coast, down to the water, and down to the island. Besiktas is ready for Surreal coming across that bridge. Looky there.
It's looking like we could have another bridge finish. Remember that other Erangel game we had where we finished around that bridge area in that little compound? But yeah, everyone moving in now. Nice to see some water involved there. And I can also see Respect. Please don't tell me they're going to do what we saw them do last time. They're heading right for that coast, and I think, are they going to look for a boat again?
I can confirm they are not doing so. It looks like they're going to be using that eastern bridge instead. So we are good. Lytra have, in fact, followed them, though. So that could be a little bit of an issue. We do have a straggler from Respect as well. We got Yay there, who's just coming in ahead of Lytra, but yeah. So, one to watch as well as Lytra decide to come in behind Respect there. Apart from that, I am seeing Goskilla though. Goskilla already in the water. So, as we see, the dolls though, looks like they might be very close to Wildcats, in fact. Not the Inferno, that's going to be the Wildcats right there.
Yeah, and Wildcats for me, one of those teams that came through in the end, starting to get a lot better. They, had some really good games towards the end of the Super Days with massive kills. So I'm looking forward to seeing them during the finals as well. And of course, Six Dope Dolls, who missed the first Super Days, came through on week 2 and bagged their spot as well. Yeah,
that was quite a performance from them in that Super Week. It was really, really nice to see them do that. They got 2 wins, didn't they? I think they won both Sanhoks.
Yes, they were Sanhok winners. Unfortunately, they couldn't get that other one that they. Actually, who is this in the water? Is that Goskilla there? Oh, is she still hanging on under that water?
Oh gosh. No, that's not Kawhi. There's 2 of them in there.
Is it Cat Veins? Yeah, Cat Veins. She's Lucky there to still be alive. They're still trying to spray her up, and she's looking very low in that blue zone. I think might finish her off there.
I think so, yeah.
While everyone's trying to make their way in the boat. They've got another player in front of them as well, but they're not even looking at her yet. There we go, the play zone taking Cat Veins, and this is Wildcats now with 6 dope dolls. Looking for some early... Well, I can't even say early action anymore because we're 12 minutes in. It's our first bit of action we've had.
Oh!
I love this.
It took me a moment to actually register what's going on. That little bit, they have the pier, and then that tiny corner of the island. That is it. Wow.
And that's a nice spot. I think that's your cook quality down there at the end of Ferry Pier. That's not a bad little spot to be either.
It's not. No, I mean, if they have those vehicles there, could really use that to their advantage. Blow them up, you got great cover because no one can get to you. It's too open right there.
These boats are a good option after all. Maybe I think they might just hang on the edge of the water as far out as they can. So no one else can see them just yet with their Rise of Queens. And, Besiktas coming in there as well with knock on Delphia.
Elytra coming in from the east side as well, so they've made their way across. Rise of Queens moved, as you said, over to Besiktas' way, so they're busy as well. Hello! Oh my goodness!
Just one little breath of life left. She had there. That was very lucky, the spray coming in from Elam there. I think just a bit off point at the moment. First game, don't worry about that. The Molly's flying in as well. Looks like Rise of Queens in a little bit of trouble right now. Only 2 players up.
Yeah, they do seem to be having a little bit of trouble. Big split coming in from them though. Look at that, huge, and only trees to cover them. So a bit too spread out, perhaps. Is that their downfall here?
Possibly if you're far from your team and you haven't got anyone to quickly come and revive you, you're in a bad spot. You're gone. Oh, that's a massive nade flying in there. From Rise of Queens, and we're going to see one re-returned here. This could be... Oh, we're just going to go... It was a knock for that nade. It was a knock. I said it looked like it was a good one. It was. Yeah. And she gets the knock there. She's going to throw another one to try and thirst. So they've got 2 down again. So they've managed to pick 1 revive up. And our first nade finish for tonight goes to Besiktas there. Nice nades coming in already.
And that's interesting, actually, because Rise of Queens, that elimination there, she kind of sacrificed herself for the rest of the team because those smokes plus her being there and distracting them actually gave them time to move over the other side of the hill. They're not out there on Besiktas' side. Besiktas can't see them. They're on the other side of that hill, so they are now away as a 3-man team.
Yeah, and just looking at your quality here, they might have a tough job pushing up this little cliff side. There you go, trying to throw those nades up onto Surreal so that they have the chance to move up, and Respect there going down to Elytra. So it's all happening now. We've got a few teams there who are going for that Ferry Pier side of the zone, all gonna collide there now. And this water zone, PUBG is being nasty to these girls in the first game.
Oh goodness, there it is again. For goodness sake. I mean, at least it's not full water, then it'd be a real joke. But that is the tiniest little sliver of land. And we still have all teams, 16 teams. Wow.
I hope... Oh, there we go. We can see the map there now. So we've taken a little bit of water away, but look at all those teams that have got to come from Ferry Pier in the water. If you're on that beach right now, you're rubbing your hands together saying, yes, please, I'm ready to get my kills.
No, absolutely. Then there's the dolls taking advantage of that pier. That's really all that they can do, but I think they are going to be going to that water as well. There has been some knocks onto Galatasaray as well. So, oh my goodness, it's almost only Sima left there on the beach just trying to heal and swim, and I don't think that's going to be doing enough there because now we're moving into Zone 4, Zone 5, and this is where the damage is really going to start hurting, so they are very pressured indeed.
Yeah, and we know how slow it is to swim, so that zone coming in now, some of them might even be a victim of the sea. We saw it happen to a couple of teams previously, so unless they get a shift on, they're probably going to die a slow, painful death while they try and swim across. But fingers crossed for them, they make it. Here we are with the Onyx Dream Core. We have lost Pinky, just 3 up at the moment, and not too far away from zone, and they've got their vehicles, so hopefully they can just drive on through. Oh, we have our first team eliminated in 16th place. Was Goss Killer there with no eliminations, and then surprising Galatasaray going out in 15th as well with no kills.
Yeah, just got messed up by that zone at the end. She just only had 2 heals, and then of course once you're swimming you can't heal up either. Rise of
Queen's there, trying to pull up onto, I think, is that Dream Core? Onyx? Yeah, Onyx Dream Core in the shack, but later there, Sonda was here. She gets her kill. She was trying to pick them off there, and we will lose Onyx Dream Core there in 14th place. And we see our first airdrop taken tonight as well. Later there now with 3 kills for them, full squad up. You know what's going to come in this game.
Yep. I mean, where are they? I mean, it's hard now to see them because they're not blue anymore. Yes, they are blue, and they're doing the exact same thing we were just discussing before the game. They are over to the east side, well away from everybody, not really doing a whole lot. I mean, yeah, they've got 3 kills, so a little bit more. They've been pushed to more of the teams, had to defend themselves a little bit more, get some of those kills a little bit more. But they're still not really, they're not really combating at all. They're just in their little spot in their compound on the edge of zone, and they're going to be quite happy. Definitely one to watch for, but my eye right now is on that northwest side. What is happening?
I tell you what, they managed to swim pretty quick to make it. But they've got a lot more swimming to do because they still got to get in there. And Surreal and your cook quality are going to be having eyes on that water. Look how many kills you could pick off just watching people try and swim into zone. If I was on that land, I mean, I'm not the greatest player, but I would be thinking, please, my aim is going to need to be on point to get these girls in the water.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I'm seeing 3-4 full teams in the water there. Just on this side, and they can't do anything about it, of course. They can only just swim around and say hey to everybody. The new zone has gone center, so there is still time for the teams up on that land area, but the problem for the teams down below is that it's only cliff. I don't think you can really get up to the land there, so they are stuck in the water, and the land might have domination over them.
Yeah, if this zone now shifts onto the land away from the water, they're all going to be in trouble. They're probably all succumb to dying down there, and I would probably rather just drown than try and make it up and give anybody any kill points. But Surreal up here, look at this. If they have good sights and just capture any kind of movement in the water to indicate where these girls are. Oh, you're happy. You're spraying everything. In fact, I probably wouldn't even know which one to concentrate on first.
Yeah, no, literally. And I just did notice that Lytra, it does have not Lytra. Sorry, you cook quality. Ooh,
Lorna there takes a lot of damage. She's gonna quickly heal up as fast as she can. And there we go. We can see 6 dope dolls there. She's trying to swim in. She's getting tagged up. Sophia does go down to Surreal. And Nightmare and Latra in a little bit of a fight as well. Cave Divas. Oh, she just get her legs quickly in that little cave area under that bit of rock. So they've managed to find a little cubby hole to hide in for now. Whether the zone will stay there or not, Kiki is going to go down there as well. So 6 dope dolls just left with a solo in there, but back onto the land. We're here with Latra, still a full squad up, and they've got a solo. I think that's Rise of Queen solo just next to them as well. And they've just got that little shack at the moment, but the only problem with those compact shacks is one nade can take out your whole squad.
Yes,
so they gotta watch out for that over there. Wildcats, have they found a little way to get up? I'm not sure if it might be a bit too steep, but they're still going to try and pick on Inferno here if they can get some sights. I think she's nearly there. Maybe just needs a little bit more indication. There we go. The head pops up. She's going to take that spray now. She knows where she is. And we'll see if Voodoo can take down Inferno. She's going to have to reload. Is she going to miss her chance? She's got to wait for them to pick up. Oh, it's going to be Eddie there with a knock. And Voodoo is going to jump back into the water as zone has shifted. Neptura.
Yes, it has. I did see that. And I was going to say very, very quickly that this zone, PUBG officially hates them. The zone has gone from the water this entire time, now shifted almost completely onto the land, and these poor teams have no way to get up.
Yeah, and I can see there, as we lose Inferno in so what we also lost Armed Family, but Armed Family take with them a couple of kills, so not all lost for them. And if you're those teams there, just on the land edge of this zone, you're still looking good because all those other teams still have to come through you. And these teams over here, Nightmare, Latra, they're just chilling for a little bit. They've only got the other team just next to them to fight with. Here we got Besiktas.
Besiktas!
Gonna get... They've just got one kill at the moment. Alem looking pretty low now. We've got the solo left of Rise of Queens. Has she spotted exactly where she is? I'm not too sure. But they're just gonna creep on into zone as Edie there with 3 eliminations now. And yeah, it's getting chaotic now. I don't want to guess all of the team names because I've not quite got. So Besiktas is now green. We've gone from pink to green for Besiktas. I gotta get used to this. Latra has taken Ghost Killer's colour, so they're now blue. And Surreal there picking on Besiktas as well. Good start for them. They've got 3 kills and they have been up on this land for quite a while as well, so they're taking advantage of their position as we lose the Cave Divas down there in that water. And the Wildcats will go up, but with 8 kills. I said earlier in this game how they had so many good games with high kills, so even though they've gone out like in like 10th, 8 kills. So still amazing for them. I'm sure they'll be very happy with that still as Respect here. Just the 2 are left, but going to be tricky for them to get anywhere. 6 dope dolls going to go out there in 9th with 2 kills to start off their night. And then Rise of Queens with 1 elimination there. That Solo Cakes just being eliminated. You could Quality only have a solo left. So do... Who am I looking at there? As it just shifted? Did I get Inferno and Wildcats mixed? Oh, no, I didn't. So that is... Inferno.
No, it's only 2 duos, Ozo and Respect are duos. Yeah.
And look who we have with the full squad. It is Latra as I just take a knee there to Sly Nightmare trying to creep into this zone as well. So we're left with our 4 teams as Ozorox go out there in 5th place. 12 players left in our first Erangel. And
backstab!
Aitana, is this a new player for Respect there? Just going down. They're trying to get into this zone as well. They got to push past, so I think that's Nightmare just to the right of them. It is. Oh, Sniper there just getting eliminated as well. And we'll lose Respect in 4th with 2 kills. So a couple of kills for a couple of these teams to start with. And Surreal now. Nightmare coming through in this game. And look at Surreal's kill count though.
I know, I was just looking at that. Does that say 10? It does.
I think 10, 8 and a 4. I think it's a little bit blurry on my side. I don't know if that's just my screen quality, but there we go. The split there of 38% chance of winning for both a Nightmare and a Latra. We've got a trio now there for them as Sonny gets that elimination onto Kitty. So they've brought it up to a trio each side, but don't discount the duo that's left of Surreal with their mega kills so far. So good start for Surreal as well. They held that top of the cliff for a long time.
They really did.
We're going to start losing Nightmare here. There's just is that a solo left of Nightmare? It is.
It is.
She's got to watch out for Surreal just behind her as well. They've got 8 kills though. We're into the top 3 and It's looking good for late try. There we go. Nightmare will go out in third place with 8 kills, and later they're just going to spray up Surreal. They know it's only a solo left. There we go. Our first winner chicken dinner goes to Leitra. And
GG's.
when they had those 4 kills at the beginning of the game, and I said Leitra still have a full squad with 4 quills. There you go.
Quills?
There's my first.
Okay.
There's my first new dictionary word for today. Yeah, and I said, you know what's going to come next? And what happens? They proved us right again, and they take our first win in Erangel tonight for our first finals.
They do indeed, and what a win that was for them. I mean, again, played it super quiet, get to top 5, and then just start picking up everybody, all the kills that are still trying to heal up from the fights that they've been having for the last 10 minutes. But that zone, that was just so exhausting for these poor teams. I can't imagine swimming that long, and then the zone just in the end goes and says, you know what? We don't want you to win after all, so we're going to go straight over to the land, give you 0 recourse, and you just have to kind of just be bait for the rest of them. So, unfortunate to those teams, they did the best they could with the information that they had, but the winner is going to be Lytra. It is going to be the land team once again, going to be taking home 6 kills with this win as well. There they all are.
Yeah, I think just unlucky for all of those teams that went the wrong way, but obviously you're not to know it's the wrong way at the time.
Yes.
And all those teams that opted for the eastern side, the land, just got fortunate with that zone. It just kept moving away and away and away from all those teams trying to swim.
It really did.
Our first MVP goes to Surreal with, Shiraz's 10 eliminations.
Yeah. 1,000 damage. Ding, ding, ding.
Let's go. First game, and our MVP has 10 kills. They had such a good spot up there. Oh, they just, because all those teams trying to swim, and honestly, they were probably thinking, thank you so much to our IGL who said, let's go to this spot real quick.
Yes.
And the zone was with them, and all those teams swimming through, and I'm pretty sure they picked up a lot of kills from that.
No, they really, really did. I mean, yeah, a great spot. When you have that much of a high ground, it's really hard not to use it well. The only thing is that it's so very open that you would just end up getting taken out immediately. But they played that really, really well. Yakut was right underneath them for a long time, and they managed to hold them off. So GG's indeed to Surreal. But yeah, 76% of the team contribution went to Shirazers because she had 10 kills out of the 13 kills that they had. So she did a massive amount for her team. So she can be very, very proud of herself for that one. And the rest of the team for supporting her in that as well. You know, it takes more than one to be a team. So definitely very well played from all of them in that game. Yeah, just fantastic.
Yeah, and her MVP points as well. She's looking good right now, 7.7 for her very first game tonight. And I'm really interested as well as the overall team placements. That race for the MVP as well is going to be a good one.
It really is. I think it will be. It will be indeed. Now, interesting, of course, we basically had half the lobby unable to play with that water, but it is interesting that we only have really 300 meters. That's not super long. I mean, it's pretty long for what we've had generally from these girls, but for Erangel, that's not super long. But then again, you had half the team, the lobby rather, unable to contribute to that because they were swimming away. So yeah, that's just how it do be sometimes. But looking at Surreal there with that 25 total points, there they are.
Yep, 25 points for our winners. A nice 13 kills to start off their night. Oh, they'll be very happy with this first game. And then later in second. Overall points, shall I say? Overall points in second with 21. And yeah, just a few teams there with the 0 points.
Yeah, a few, but again, I think we really can't hold that game against them. That's really not a good check of whether they're going to be performing well or not tonight or in the finals. That was just a stupid zone, and GG's those teams for actually navigating it that well. So, yeah, it's just a bit of a shame, really. But what's really cool of the of the points being reset is that this game, when we saw that, it now means they're also our overall stats or points as well. So Surreal not only won the most points in that game, but they're currently topping our leaderboard.
So after the first game of tonight, Galatasaray down there with 0, but we expect they're probably going to come back anyway. But nice for the other teams to get a little bit of a jump start on their points. Just the one airdrop was looted in our first game. So I think just taking it slow with the 180 throwables used as well, so not as many as we're used to seeing in Erangel. I expect that number to jump way higher towards the end of the night.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely. And look, again, 32 total rescues. Not as few as we have seen before, but definitely just shows you how many reses they weren't able to get because of the water. So yeah, I mean, Goskilla lost 2 right off the bat in that water. So yeah, definitely not a whole lot these teams could really do once they were knocked. This was great play. I mean, yes, they did sacrifice Elifs for this one. There's that nade. But they were able to get over the hill and away to safety to play as 3. So that's a brilliant play from them.
Yeah, and this point was where later just watched Rise of Queens trying to pull up onto the same shack that Dreamcore were in. Ended up losing both teams there, while just the solo remained of Rise of Queens in the end elsewhere. But later there with a nice little spot and just able to pick them off, as well as Surreal, of course, who were able to pick off a lot of people coming through there with these highlights.
Yeah, it's really nice. Oh, hang on. Oh, I didn't see that at first. Surreal just came in, guns blazing, taking her out there. And this was really such a shame for Nightmare. They just got, I mean, well played by Surreal, but they just got sandwiched here. Really nicely played by Surreal to come round off that cliff face, roundabout behind them, put them in that position, and then just have open ground between them and Leitra. Unfortunately, Shirazers wasn't able to take on the whole team, so she went out into the zone, and I don't think that was an extra point over to Leitra, but I could be wrong about that.
Yep, and there we have our first logo of tonight over Erangel is Leitra. So we've seen them do that before. Our very first game in our very first week, that went to Leitra as well. Probably still one of my favourite games was that very first game where they had those massive kills. And there you go, they did it again tonight. Erangel, the first game, winner chicken dinner for them.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from them. Makes you look real forward to the rest of the games coming in tonight, because we are only getting started. Leitra been looking good, but Surreal doing really, really great stuff as well. All those teams, I mean, even in the water, they did super, super well. So I'm very pleased with all of them. I'm really looking forward to how Miramar is going to go for them. Hopefully, we won't be in the water this time and they can all fight to their best capacity. But we will be seeing how all that goes down in just a few minutes, but before then, we're going to go into a little bit of a break, so see you then. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are once again. We're getting ready for that Miramar game. Gonna be coming to you guys very, very shortly. Now, Majesty, I know I keep saying it. I'm a broken record at this point, but do we want to predict, since it's day one and they got a bunch more matches to come back from our curse?
Yeah, sure. We didn't predict anybody for the first game. Miramar. For finals day one, game 2 Miramar, I'm going for Go Wildcats!
Let's go Wildcats! One of my faves to watch. They're so much fun when they have a good game. They're really fun to watch. So good prediction there. I like it. I can't really go with yours though, can I though? So let's see who we got on this list. You know what? I'm gonna pull this one out of the bag. I'm gonna go with Cave. I think the Cave Divas got it in them. I mean, typically it's like the Dolls or Cave. They like Sanhok more. But I want to see them step out of their comfort zone a little bit. I want to see if they've been training on Miramar and if that's all going to come to fruition. So I'm going to go with Cave on this one.
Yeah, and we can't forget, with Galatasaray having no points in the last game,
Yeah.
maybe watch out for them as well in this next one.
Yep. Yeah, I think you might be right there. Lytra sure did start off strong. That might be a theme with the rest of these teams, particularly Galatasaray. So we may see them come back really, really aggressively and try and just get this win as securely as possible, maybe. We will see, though. There we go, 20 seconds on this next game coming up. We're nearly there. And we'll be seeing these teams going to their spots. Will there be hot drops? I doubt it at this early stage. I really doubt it because those points have been reset. That does mean, of course, that everybody starts at 0 and all these teams are very, very close to each other. But Goskila and Galatasaray, as we were saying, they are, in fact, with 0 points. They're at the bottom of that table, so they could really use the boost this Miramar game could give them.
Yeah, my bags are checked. I've got my sun cream ready. I'm ready to go get my tan in Miramar. Off we go. I just had a quick look at our chat as well. A lot of support for Galatasaray. I can see shout outs for Goskiller, Six Dope Dolls, Respect in there as well. So don't forget to support your teams in the chat. And I will also be back in there again later on in this game for another UC code to give away.
Oh. Yeah, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have just one UC code to give away. We have a few, so you might want to stick around for that as well.
Yeah, and I'll shout out the player who won our first one. I think it went to non-unknown. So if you do claim that UC, do let me know, and I can give you a little shout out as well.
Nice. That sounds good to me. Looking forward to hearing who wins that UC. 660 each code offers you. So that is a great little bundle to win. So get yourself some UC, get yourself some spins, and let us know how it goes. We're seeing how this flight path is going, though, and it's going straight across. I mean, that's a pretty perfect diagonal, straight across from the east side to the northwest. So going to be seeing these teams take a little bit more of a northern trajectory on this one. And for the majority of these teams, if I'm remembering correctly, their landing spots kind of coincide with this line. So I don't think too many of these teams are going to be hurting.
Yep, so see where everybody heads to. It looks like most going to their normal spots that we familiarly see them go to. Respect up there at the north. And look at that zone coming in and just hating on everybody.
Wow. Okay, so this is where we're going with this. PUBG has decided that it's not going to be easy. It's the finals for a reason. And I love how the circle just touches the bottom of the island. It's like a very perfect circle. I mean, obviously because it's a circle, but it just looks very satisfying on the edge there, just on the edge of the western side of the map, on the bottom there. Looks very, very nice indeed. Anyway, to me, but not at all nice for any of these teams whatsoever. I'm thinking Besiktas probably wish they had taken those cars down to Los Higos. I mean, they generally go down there. And I think they may be regretting their choice to, I mean, where even are they? They are over by Power Grid. So I think they may be regretting that choice just slightly, but that's okay. Got a few of these teams now coming in very quickly. You've got Cave down there in Picado I'm seeing on the map there, so keeping a little eye out on them. But yeah, so Goskilla up in La Cobriera, you got Lytra over at El Pozo as well. So several teams, I mean, all these teams going to have fairly easy spots to the zone. Only Rexpect or any real distance away from the zone, maybe Galatasaray as well. Nash Inferno going to have a perfect little place in zone if they can get there before Onyx Dream Core shut them out. Right on that beach road, it's going to be very easy for them. You're going to start seeing issues towards Graveyard and Picado. I think that's going to be the main entrance, maybe Monte Nuevo as well. You see already a few teams going forward there and trying to get ahead of the fight.
Yeah, unfortunately for me and my prediction, it's a couple of members of Wildcats that are down at the moment.
Oh no!
Not looking good for me, and sorry, Wildcats. Go Wildcats, though. We can pull this back.
Yes, you can. They are going to be disengaging there, and they are going to be losing Elim, though. Oh, dear. Elim Gold, she's a big MVP for the team. I mean, they all frag out in their own right, but Elim is one of those that definitely has a lot of kills behind her on paper. But yeah, so she's going to be out here for this one, so the Wildcats have to continue as a 3-man, which is very unfortunate, but it is how it goes sometimes. There's Kubra there, no meds, no nothing really. And she's going to just try and res or get healed up any way she can as well. I'm curious about Lytra, to be honest. I'm curious that nobody's kind of done anything about them yet. They already have moved into the center of zone. They've gone towards Chumacera. They've pulled away from the rest of the squads. And I kind of feel like they're kind of going to be doing the same thing again as we saw in that last game. They're going to just keep to themselves till top 5 and then go for it and win. And they do it with such accuracy. They win so many times because of that strategy. I'm really surprised that no one's really tried to get rid of them at this point.
Maybe we're still waiting. Like I said, maybe the last day, but by then it could be too late.
Well, exactly, because once Lytra have a spot, they frag out. It's really when the zone doesn't go their way that they tend to have issues with this strategy. And it's one of those things, I feel like maybe they've gotten this reputation of being very scary. They are very good fraggers. They're really good CQC. And maybe just no one bothers them. It's not worth it, because even if they win in the end, you're not going out in 12th or 13th place if you try and get rid of them yourself. You may want to go, yeah, okay, I'll take 5th. That's fine. It could be, but we'll have to see. I'm just interesting that it's happening twice in a row. Generally, we see them try it once or twice per night, and definitely not in the same or back-to-back games, but they're definitely going for it now. And yeah, I'm just surprised that no teams. I mean, because we've seen it a lot by now, right? We've seen them do that so many times. Not always in a win, but I would say like 85% of the time they do it, they win. 90% of the time. We've seen it time and time again throughout the league stage, and it's just that no teams decide to go for it. Just odd.
Yep. Oh, is this Rise of Queens just driving past Nightmare there? Looks like they're also traveling, but shots have been fired. Is she going to get this spray on the bike? Oh, Bryke is always dangerous. She is going to get that knock. Cakes is going to get her first knock in Miramar. And yeah, they're going to pull up, and she's got some company on the top there. We can just see in view now she's going to go for this thirst and get her first kill in Miramar. Oh, bikes are so horrible in Miramar, I think. And because Miramar's so open, if you're on a bike and you fly everywhere on those things, you can't quickly hide anywhere because you end up flying off like cliffs and sides and dips. And it's so easy to just be sprayed off.
It really is. So yeah, I mean, they are very fast, but when you get to this kind of level, the speed generally isn't a problem for somebody with an M4 and a 4x. You know, when you've got that skill to take them out and spray with a 4x, it generally, the bike means nothing to them. It's really when you get to classics that the bike may have any sort of advantage to you. But yeah, it's not going to work out there, and Rise of Queen's going to be able to get their first kill, so very nicely done there. I am curious, though. I am seeing Nash Inferno down towards Puerto, and I'm seeing that Arm Family are right ahead of them. They did try and gatekeep them a little bit, but did decide to move into zone instead. But still, Nash now behind Ozorox and Arm Family. So little bit of a delay on their part that I don't really like.
We got a 1v2 happening right now. She's managed to get one knock, so they got that revive up real quick. She's managed to knock one. Can she knock a second? She does.
There she goes.
And she's going to get 2 kills here for herself.
She does.
And I think she had a little help, I think, from Ponyo further out. I think Ponyo managed to get one of them, so she had a teammate to help there as well. And taking out a duo of Besiktas there.
No, absolutely looking good from Yakut Quality. We've seen them shine before. They tend to be a pretty quiet team apart from maybe 2 or 3 games. So I'm looking to see maybe a little bit more from them. And so far, they are delivering. I mean, an assisted 1v2, I think we can call that. Ponyo up there trying to get some loot now. She's going to be rolling on in. And the zone has almost reached that circle. So what we're looking for here, or what we're going to be seeing here, is these teams coming into the center. We got a lot of teams down to the south side. It's looking very, very busy on these cliffs. And we'll be seeing some interesting things because no one's gone to the island. Not a single one. Arm Family, Nash, Ozorox, they're all on the south coast. Galatasaray as well. The zone's now moved in and is still on the island, so it has gone a bit south. Whoa, hello. Okay, you're good, you're fine, get back in your buggy, good to go. But yeah, as I was saying, still on the island somewhat, so I'm surprised no one's really gone there. The bridges aren't really that used. They're not like the Erangel bridges. I don't think you're going to be really gate-kept on that end, so just a little bit odd that they wouldn't take advantage of that when there's so many cliffs there that use up the space that you're given in that circle, but we'll see how it gets played at the end.
Yeah, we've got Besiktas not taking on a third team in Miramar. This is a 13 they face. They're now here with 6 dolls. Gucci's managed to get that one knock on there. She's going to go for that thirst really quick and try and salvage something from this game. Yes, they've already faced 3 teams. Obviously, they've lost that duo there to Yakut Quality, and now they find themselves upon 6 dope dolls. And but they get themselves another kill there. Just the solo was down there in the warehouse with them.
Indeed. It's a shame because they've lost 2, but they've defeated 2. So there's 0 net gain for them. I mean, yeah, you get the 2 points at the end of the day, but what points could you have achieved as a full squad? It is unfortunate, but Yakut Quality going to be gaining those points right back. And there's the dolls actually deciding to disengage. Now, this is an interesting one. Well, not particularly interesting. They got 5 seconds on zone, and they're outside of it. There they are, all the way up to that north side. They were fighting north of Monte Nuevo. But see what I mean? Nobody's on the island. I'm surprised at that. Look at everybody crowding on that southeastern coast around that bridge area, and no one's going to the islands. They just steadfastly refuse.
I wonder if they're waiting for the next zone, or maybe they possibly think a team's already there and they're going to wait for them to come back across the bridge. So they want to just wait maybe and see here with Inferno, one of those teams that are in this cluster. We've got 2 down from Inferno so far. It is Galatasaray looking to make a comeback after that 0-point first game. So we'll see if we can get these revives up for Inferno, or if Galatasaray are making their comeback right now. The smoke's going up for Delicia, trying to get these revives onto Aquarius and Bugs Bunny, but the pressure of Galatasaray pushing up here. I don't think she's going to have time to go for revive, so she's going to have to take them on. And Slide Nightmare, though, on top of those cliffs, might be able to help out a little bit. We've got Tofi there coming down for support as well. So there's a trio now of Galatasaray down with Inferno, and I wonder if Nightmare have got some nice views up there onto these Galatasaray players. There's Aquarius will be thirsted there. Nightmare not taking any shots yet, though, as Cat Veins takes our first airdrop in Miramar tonight. And still 2 up for Inferno. Those nades are flying in. We're going to see one go down to the Molotov, though, of Lara. So just a solo Delicia is left up for Inferno. And Galatasaray are making their comeback. They've got some kills under their belts now. They have to get these thirst off. There we go. They will have their 4 first kills of day 1. Unfortunately, it is against Inferno, and they will go out there in 16th.
That is such a shame for Nash. I mean, yeah, we did see who was that Nightmare up on that hill, but unfortunately they'd just gone over the ridge there, so they couldn't see Galatasaray at all. So definitely weren't able to hinder them in any way. See, it's still on the island. Will you guys believe me now? Go to the island, for goodness sake. Anyway, we saw that that was just beautifully played by Galatasaray. Those angles from all sides, just immediate push in, the aggression, the pressure that gives you the feeling of chaos. There's Surreal now trying to do the same thing. That's a nice little knock.
Yeah, we got a knockdown on Galatasaray. Surreal are thinking we're looking good from the last game. So there, Shirazes is going to go down though to Lara. So a bit back and forth. Surreal have the high ground at the moment. Do we have Dreamcore just coming in behind this as well? Looks like Surreal though, just picking themselves up, moving slightly. Onyx Dreamcore. Is Pinky going to stop? No, they're not going to stop. They're going to move away from this one. Ozrock's there in the distance. Are we going to see... Oh, Dreamcore. She's got to be careful there. She looks like she's driving towards Galatasaray. Just watch out for them down there.
Oh, and we still got Koroba from Onyx Dreamcore. There we go. Just making her way through now. And there's Matilda as well. So there's two of them right behind here. Trying to get to Galatasaray. This could be interesting. Galatasaray got one, but didn't really make an escape outside. So now all these teams rotating inwards means that they're going to get caught out here.
How did she not shoot her at the boogie? That's so unfortunate for Matilda. I thought she was going to have her at the boogie then, but she manages to jump out and actually knock Matilda instead. So a little bit of accuracy there from Matilda results in her going down. Just like this, we've jumped over to Ghost Killer, who are here with your cook quality. See them now. We've got a nade flying in. Ponyo's going to go down. We're spraying up ice as well.
Did you see that kill feed?
Wait, did someone crash? I was watching the...
She fell out her vehicle. No, I will give her some kudos or whatever it's called, because she tried to escape an imminently exploding buggy. Somebody was trying to spray her down. She tried to get out before it exploded, and I think the vehicle's still going too fast, and she failed in that attempt. So not exactly just, bad driving, but it is unfortunate because she got thirsted immediately. So that's going to be her taken out there.
All right, before next zone comes in, I'm going to jump over really, really quick while we just watch Ozrox and feeling the pressure from Galatasaray as well. Galatasaray really feeling it right now between a few teams. The nade's going to come out there from Sierra. Can she connect this onto Lara? Let's watch. Not cool.
Yes.
I'm going to jump really quick over to YouTube. Send out this next code for you. See who's going to bag it this time, and I'll be right back.
Alrighty, you go do that. I will tell you in the meantime, the zone unfortunately has not gone over to the islands anymore. We have a massive hard shift up to the north side, so it is Val del Mar and the eastern corner of that those cliffs there as well. So complete hard shift over to the side there. You've got Leitra still in zone. They need to come out, but you've got Cat Veins there just hard peeking her, really. Guskilla there on the side. You got Ozorox as well, needing to come in, getting sprayed down just a little bit. Oh, Mia looking very smoky there. Respect suffering the same fate, as well as Nightmare going down to that zone as well. Respect go out there in 15th place. That's a real shame, but down to Surreal. Surreal doing a real good job today so far. Ozrox there, just the one dead so far. There's Rise of Queens right in front of her, so may see some things happening just there as well. Yeah, we still got 4 teams on this eastern side needing to come in. Nightmare and the Dolls both on the island, but there is Delphia from Rise of Queens. She's going to be bringing that nade through. Nice pre-nades from this team. They know that there are people there. They know Galatasaray are there. One immediately gets taken out, though, and it's just Cakes left on her own on this side. Down she goes as well, so that's going to be... down, down, down. That's Rise of Queens down to 2. Oh, no. Just Liz and Delphia standing tall and a little bit away from Galatasaray, I think. So, yeah. Galatasaray, though, straight from the fire into the frying pan into the fire. as we see Surreal there coming up. But finally, Surreal seem to have met their match with Galatasaray. One goes down. That's going to be Loina.
All right, I am back. I've got a bit of
Hello.
allergy problem at the moment, and my eyes are watering. But we will look through the tears as we spectate this. I don't know what's going on with me. Oh, anyway,
Man,
what do
it's
we
so
have?
sad.
Who did we lose?
We have lost Respect, unfortunately, and Surreal and Galatasaray have been fighting right now. We are on board with Cave Divas, though. My pick. No kills as of yet, No, 6 kills as of yet. That was either a 0 or a 6. It was a little blurry on my side. But yeah, Cave. Full squad and 6 kills. They're looking very good.
Yeah, I'm wiping away my tears. Sorry about that. Hay Fever game is strong in England.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
so Cave Divas with 6 kills.
Yeah.
At the top of the
good.
leaderboard so far for this game.
Mm-hmm. They are indeed.
They have 8, so they're coming back strong in this game as well. And where have we headed to for our zone?
We have moved over to the north side of zone. We got that just the eastern tip rather of Val del Mar and those cliffs over to the side of them as well. And I'm looking at Arm Family. Okay, Arm Family got a pretty good spot, but Galatasaray on top of them there. That's a little a bit of a hard spot to be in. Cave Divas are in a fantastic position as the zone shifts completely out of town and to the eastern cliffs. Another hard shift for these teams. You can see it on the minimap just there. They just have to move down a little bit.
All right, who do we have here? Solo left of Surreal, but they do have 4 kills, so they're still adding on to their points from last game. Zone is in.
There you go.
Only one team in there so far. It is Rise of Queens. Look at all those teams. Gotta make their way in. Cave Divas not too far away. We're going to lose Armed Family there in 14th. They've been a bit quiet in these first 2 games, Armed Family.
They have. They really have, actually. And I think maybe that's a thing. We did see that in the qualifications or the league stage versus the Super Weekends, that they actually went all out in the Super Weekends. Oh, no.
You could call it that, Ditto Meow. Yeah, she put that pressure on, but she got taken down herself. She's going to go out there to Elytra. 6 dope dolls. We've got Sophia going down as well. So does Kiki. So Onyx Dream Core there, getting themselves there. Just a solo left as well. And, oh no, the Wildcats are going to go out in 13th. I'm shocked.
No, not the Wildcats. Goodness sake. Oh, it happens. It happens. They either have a really, really good Miramar or not so great. And unfortunately, that looks like that's what's happened now. But, you know, still early days. We're only on match 2. We still have, let's see. Let me do quick maths here. 1 moment. 5 times 3 is 15. So minus 2, that's going to be 13. We still have 13 games left over the next 2 days. So they got plenty of Miramars to come back and get this done.
Yeah, we have lost Sly Nightmare and Surreal as well, as there goes the 6 dope dolls out in 10th place. Logica claiming that airdrop, getting that new loot as we're looking to move into zone now. It's coming in. We've got 9 teams left. You could call it that. Oh, she just goes down to the play zone. She couldn't heal in time. So she's gone down to the zone there as Elytra look to push in as well with their vehicles. Oh, Besiktas member down there in the water. Could be in a little bit of trouble as the solo from Cook Quality as well. I think Sonny just stole that kill from the blue zone to get themselves another one. And Ozarok's there going out in 9th place, followed by Cook Quality in 8th.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. You got Onyx there on the south side, but we did mention that maybe Galatasaray would come in more aggressively now that they had 0 points coming off that Erangel game, and I think that has been mostly correct because we are seeing them with 12 kills currently.
I mean, they've said, 7th place for Onyx. So top 6 now. Yep, I said watch out for Galatasaray. During that last break, you know, they had no points in the first game. So I thought, they're going to come back next game and say, we might have had no points, but watch us be on top after this one. Yeah. So they don't need points from that game to still, frag out in this one. And
oh, absolutely.
they're coming through already.
They are indeed. And speaking of on top, Cave Divas got the highest peak in the lands, but they do have to come down onto the lowlands a little bit there. Can't have that cliff for very long, and that's just going to be full squad still, eight kills still, and they're just going to be trying to move down very, very slowly. If I were them, I would play this super slowly because the teams down below don't have that much room either. There's going to be a lot of fighting going on. And I wouldn't be very quick to rush this and try and get in all the action. Just be very safe, keep it very slow, and move in quietly as a full squad.
Yeah, they've got some nice kills here in Miramar. So do Leitra, just with the duo left, trying to make their way in as well through that smoke that they're throwing up. Cave Divas on the top. We can see Besiktas down here with Leitra as well. Don't forget Galatasaray is still in it. They're taking fire from Rise of Queens at the moment, though. Is she going to blow up the vehicle? She does, but doesn't make any damage onto the Galatasaray player, who have, I believe, a duo left up. As Yield is here trying to get eyes on as well. Stoney is going to go down to the blue zone, and we're going to lose Besiktas there in 6. But they take quite a few kills with them, and we're into our top 5 now in our first Miramar game tonight. Cave Divas looking good. They got a full squad. They're up here on top. They've got zone. Laretti yielded. Oh, the nade just came flying in there from fire and getting that elimination out of nowhere. And just like this, where is our next one to go? La 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 la, can't get my words out so fast. I speak so fast sometimes I can't even string my sentence together properly. But there we have our statistics. So the mathematicians there going with a 44% chance to Cave Divas. It's looking good for Neptura right now, and the Divas, don't forget, they've got Sanhok to come next as well. So they could have 2 good games in a row. We've got Galatasaray there with a duo here with Fire at the moment. And how many kills do they have, though? 13 kills at the moment. So they might have no kills from the first game, but I don't need it. As Elytra go out in 5th with 8 kills. Decent. And Amaya with a nice nade elimination as well. Divas now, they've got to push just a little bit into zone. She's looking at Galatasaray right now, who have just taken that spot. They've sent Sonia down there with the boogie. And Tofi there could be under a little bit of trouble now. Oh, she sprayed beautifully through there as Rise of Queens go out in 4th place. So we've got a solo from Goskilla down there as well. Cat Veins still in it for Goskilla. So nice nades coming through now. Takes out Sonia. She gets those nade eliminations just like that. 15 kills. And the statistics now leveled up 40-40. So they're saying this duo left of Galatasaray have got it in them to win this game. Oh, we know how strong they are as well. She's very lucky there not to be knocked. I think it's Logica just with that little bit of health left. And here she comes with another nade. Can she connect another one? I think just a little bit to the left, a little bit too far. Logica trying to fend her off right now. And Catbase is staying hella quiet. She just takes out Amaya. Just as I said she was staying quiet, she gets that knock there as we have one Galatasaray player going out to the play zone. Yep. So just a solo.
Yeah, just a solo. And that's actually really good for Cave because I can tell you Fire had a pretty fire angle onto the Cave Divas, so it's good for them that Fire did go out there. Oh no, the vehicle wasn't blown up. It is now though, but GG's. Good.
Just a solo Tofi left of Galatasaray. It's looking like a Cave Divas win here. Neptura is gonna win this round. And, come on. But can Tofi hold them off? It's a 2v1. We know how strong they are. She's trying to spray with that Tommy gun. They gotta push together. Here they come. Are they gonna do it? They do. Cave Divas have our Miramar game, and Neptura was right. Oh my goodness. Let's go, Cave Divas.
Crazy. That's crazy. Listen, I know we're supposed to be neutral. Galatasaray, I love you really. But listen, I gotta go with my prediction. I gotta root for my prediction, and we did it. We're here. But GG's to you. I mean, I'm looking just here. That is a total of what, 10, 15 kills for Galatasaray. So second place and 15 kills. They were last place after, or 15th after game 1, and this has shot them up to like 3rd.
Yeah, like I said, they don't mind about that 0 points. They're going to pick that up real quick, and they did it straight away in the second game. So, but really Cave Divas, well played for them.
Oh yeah, fantastically played. I'm looking at kills here. 3, 6, 9, 11 kills for Cave Divas as well as that win. So 11 and 15, 26 points. Quick math there. Yeah. So that's a lot of points going their way as well. And I think they were in 6th or 7th position coming out of the Erangel. So again, a very, very good score. And as you touched on in that game, potentially great momentum to go forward into Sanhok, which we know is a strong game for them generally anyway.
Yeah, they always do pretty well in Sanhok for placement, of course. We know Laurie actually down there in Sami does that med strat, and so they'll be looking for a good second game to follow on from this win here. Sure. There we go. All the ladies there of Cave Divas. And I hope nobody's watching in HD. You probably see all my tears running down my face.
Oh no.
From my watery eyes. I'm looking at myself thinking, oh my goodness, I hope that no one's got it on the big screen. I'm just so overwhelmed with Cave Divas win. It just brought tears to my eyes. I'm just so into it, you know?
An emotional moment for all of us, indeed. Oh, and that's emotional too. Look at that, 1115 damage for Fire.
Yep, taking 7 kills and 6.9 MVP points.
Very, very nice. Puts her right up there in that MVP race. Goodness me, what a game for her. 7 eliminations, so 7 out of the 15. So that means the rest of them, 3, 2, 3 were spread out amongst the rest of the team. Fire was on fire there. Goodness me, yeah. And definitely then, with that in mind, even better that for Cave, rather, that she went out into the zone, because she could have dealt a heck of a lot of damage onto that surviving duo up there. She had a great angle, and with 7 kills at her back, you know, she would have been feeling very accurate.
Yeah, and we have our most damage, a little bit better from 2nd and 3rd as well, edging a little bit closer. We're getting high with our damage. I expect it to improve again next game and the last 2 games. But yeah, nice to see another one over 1,000 for our MVP. Yeah, another really going all out here. And we have 1 and 2 Galatasaray, but longest elimination distance. This is interesting. So 1-2 for Galatasaray for damage, but 1-2 for Cave Divas with longest elimination distance. Yeah, so taking those fights, Cave Divas, they wouldn't have normally been my pick for Miramar. Normally I go with them for Sanhok. So when you said Divas, I was like, okay, interesting. But it paid off and they got the win. And but overall, Galatasaray just edging them with 1 point. Obviously with those 15 eliminations. So 27 to 26, then a massive jump to 3rd with 14 for Leitra. So big jump there. And Galatasaray, just from that one game, after nothing in the first one, have put themselves right back up there.
Yeah, and in fact, I think that's first place, isn't it? Because I think Surreal... Oh no, maybe perhaps not quite, because Surreal got 5 points this round. I was thinking they got 26 points the last round. But that would only be correct. Galatasaray would only be in front of them if they had gotten 0 points, but they have 5. So that could be a 3rd place, though, still.
Yep, so it just goes to show, even if you had one bad game, all is not lost. And I'm sure Galatasaray... Yeah, Galatasaray will have no problems, I'm sure, keeping, catching up with these guys. Still 3 more games to go tonight. There is our eliminations and damage. Couple of teams down there, Nightmare, nothing for them, so they didn't take any fights, didn't get any damage. Unfortunately for them, so Respect, not a lot of damage either. And my pick was Wildcats. I'm sorry, guys, they got a little bit of damage. And our family as well, getting quite a chunk of damage, but nothing for them either. But on the other side, we have Galatasaray there with pretty even kills and damage for them. Yeah,
No, yeah, that's on point. Very, very nicely done from all of them. Goskilla there, look at that. Just able to sneak her way into that third place position. 519 damage and only 2 kills. So definitely had that solo just sitting behind a rock or wherever, trying to get those points and did well there. 4 airdrops though.
Yes, a little bit more than our last game. They're wanting these fresh armor, these extra weapons. So a little bit more than the last game. 144 throwables, still pretty low than what we're used to seeing. And I'm sure next game that total healing will jump up as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be the case there. But yeah, I think possibly airdrops were being used as cover as well. Certainly on Cave Diva's side, they did have that airdrop up there that they were using. But yeah, I think that's probably kind of why you're seeing airdrops be looted a little bit more on this Miramar game. They just needed that cover, and probably on those cliffs, there's not much cover to be had, and so anything they got is an airdrop. So they're going to be using that, and that extra armor is going to be very nice indeed as well. So yeah, not surprised there. But yeah, 4, not used to seeing that many on Miramar.
Yep, just go through our highlights here as well. Besiktas was so unlucky. They faced so many teams early on there in Miramar and lost half of their team. And Galatasaray, though, with those 15 eliminations, they really came back fighting in this game.
Yeah,
we know how strong they are, and yeah, watch out for them now for the rest of the night.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, there's Eddie just going down there, just unfortunate. Over to Lytra. Lytra on point as well, though. I mean, let's see what they get. They got an 8 kill total. So 5th place and 8 kills, not shabby. Not shabby at all for the last game winners. Goskilla with 2, Rise of Queens with 2 as well, but 4th place for them. So still very well done indeed.
Yeah, I expect to see Lytra will be on top of the overall leaderboard with over 20 points. No, they had... Yeah. Over 20 points in the first game, then the 14 points from this game. So they'll definitely be up there trying to keep their leads and see if they can extend it a little bit further from the competition. Yeah.
No, I think that's a pretty accurate assumption to make. I think Lytra, will be on top of this leaderboard. I think we're looking at a maybe Lytra, Surreal, and Galatasaray podium. I think that's probably where we're going with this. For now. This could all change though with that Sanhok game. Galatasaray not particularly known for their Sanhoks. Lytra as well. It's really a map of those generally lower ranked teams. So hopefully we'll be seeing a little bit more from them coming forward. It'll be fun to see. And there's the overall standings. Yeah. Oh! It's Cave in 3rd. But with the exact same points. So technically I was right. But... Cave in 3rd place. Nicely done, guys. But yeah, Galatasaray down to that 4th place position. Alrighty then.
Yep, and nice to see nobody with 0, so we've all got a point from the first day as well. Down there in 16th with Inferno and our family, a couple of points between them.
Yep. But yeah, 35 points in 2 games. That's pretty good. Pretty strong stuff. And then there's a big jump. I mean, okay, so there's not really, but 27 to 19 is a pretty big jump compared to the top 4 there. And then of course, so that's going to be Nightmare, Yakut, and Ozorox. Okay, Besiktas top 8. That's nice. Goskilla moving up 1 as well. Onyx as well. And I think all those down arrows are going to be Galatasaray moving from 15th place all the way up to 4th. So they've done very well for themselves in this game.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see at the end of the night how that still looks and what changes we will have to see as well after all games are finished from day 1.
It will indeed. Now, are we going to be seeing 2 Cave logos on this for Sanhok? I'm not sure.
I hope so. You know, I like to back Cave Divas in Sanhok, so
yes.
Yeah, true. I'm excited to see how they get on in the next game.
Me too. That's going to be coming for you guys in just a few minutes. We will be seeing that soon. Hopefully the zone's not going to be too mean to him because Sanhok is brutal enough without stupid zones. But yeah, we've had some pretty difficult zones so far. I mean, straight down to that southwest side. And interestingly, it's been southwest both times. So we will have to be seeing, you poor thing.
I'm hope we have a break because my eyes are killing me. I need to go have a tablet or something.
Yeah. We will go into a very quick break. Let Majesty get some allergy medicine. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we're going to be coming through here. We will be coming back with a Sanhok game in just a few minutes, but we will be taking a very short break, so see you soon. Hi, we are back. Hello, just in time. Are you feeling better?
Yes, I've cleared my face and hopefully I'll be able to see the next game.
Hopefully. Next game is going to be Sanhok, so you don't want to miss this one, so I hope it does clear up for you. I mean, yeah, I was just saying, I get bad allergies, but it doesn't affect my eyes, thank God, but you poor thing. Can't imagine.
I think maybe I had some, like, a little bit of moisturizer or something has, like, fumed into it and it's made it worse. I think girl things.
Yeah. No, you poor thing, you poor thing. So F's in chat, please, for Majesty, and get well soon cards in chat, please. But we're gonna be going into that Sanhok pretty soon now. 30 seconds on that clock. We're gonna be seeing just where we're gonna be landing. There it is, 5 seconds until we go to the runway. And predictions, Majesty, let's go. Are you going with Cave?
I'm not gonna go with Cave. I always back them, and I feel like they will do good anyway. And they've just had that last chicken, so I'm not gonna go with them this game.
Okay.
I am going for Sanhok. Do you know what? Let's go 6 dope dolls. We've seen them do it before.
Yes.
They haven't.
Let's see. They
haven't done much yet so far in day one, so I'm thinking, Sanhok could be theirs tonight. What about you?
Now, this is an interesting one. I kind of want to go with Cave again, but I'm not going to possibly curse them twice. So I kind of want to go with Rise of Queens on this one.
Yeah, we've seen Rise of Queens.
Really well on Sanhok. Yeah, we've seen them do really well on Sanhok before. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. They got that 4th place, I think, last time in the Miramar. So looking forward. Maybe they can pull it out the bag this time around.
Yep, there we go. Looks like we have the usual droppers heading to Kampong as well. Always a good early little battle down there in Kampong area. And looking forward to getting into Sanhok. I'm ready.
Yeah, here we go. And that zone, thankfully, is not a mean one. We're going to be going straight over to the mainland. Doubtful that's going to be another island finish, which is kind of nice. I mean, the last couple of Sanhoks we've had have gone straight up to those mountains, but that may mean complications for the dolls because they've won when that zone goes up there. So we'll have to see how that works out for them. Looks like Loina may be trying to hide very quietly away from Nightmare. Oh, it's a 2v1 as well.
Oh, we're going to see Loina there. And she's going to pull out the DBS to get the first. And she's going to get herself 2 nice early kills. And Surreal are having a great start to day 1 so far.
They are. That was just... there was 1 spray, 2 knocks. That was fantastic stuff. Hope she's clipping that because that was great work coming in from Surreal. Unfortunately, Nightmare. that should have been an easy 2v1, but it was not to be. Surreal get that, and that's going to be 2 down for Nightmare, unfortunately. Nash now in more hot water as well. Is that Lytra on the outside? No, you cook quality.
Is this another 2v1 we have? Or is it just I think she's got
1v1,
not
2v1.
Too far away yet, 2v1 there. The rest of the team coming. She's managed to get 1 knock though, but can't get the other one. And we're gonna see her be eliminated as well. But look, her health was really low. She nearly did a 2v1 as well.
She did. Heartbreaking when it comes that close to it, but you also have Nash and Yakut quality down here in the Kali as well, so they're kind of all spread out with each other, but just wrong team. They just paired up with the wrong people, so you've kind of got these little 1v2s everywhere.
Yeah, they're all pretty spread up, and we don't normally see any teams go to Lakowi, I don't think. It's a bit of a different jump here for these guys.
No, it's a pretty unusual spot for them. I always like to go here if I'm going to be doing 1v2 or 1v4 classic matches in Sanhok. Lakawi is a really good spot for that. We are seeing, Mai has gone ahead and given that info out that there is Aquarius in that building. The rest of her team is coming to help. So all of a sudden it's a 1v4 and Aquarius is looking deader by the minute, I have to say. It looks like Nash aren't in a position to really do much about it. So you got Bugs Bunny way up to the north. Oh, Aquarius gets 1 though. Diddle goes down.
Yeah. She's managed to get that first as well. And she's going to knock Rise there. Here comes Ponyo next to face her. Can she hold your cook quality off? Can she squad wipe?
She's so low. She possibly... Yeah.
No. Oh, unfortunately for her.
Yeah, that's a punch right there.
Is going to come in there and go for a fist finish. Unfortunately, she couldn't thirst her second knock either, but she did pretty good there. She had two. So we've seen already a few 2v1s.
Yeah, we have very early fights going on. Considering it's only 4.5 minutes into the game, we've seen quite a few go down. We have seen a total of 5 players go down so far. So that's been pretty active for a Sanhok game. The rest of the teams not really doing much. They're going to be staying on the edges of wherever they are, on the edges of those circles as well. And yeah, I think that's going to be pretty quiet from here on out. Galatasaray have done a 2-2 split. They're going to be in boot camp. You can just see their boot camp and boot camp hill as well. The dolls going over just to the left-hand side of them as well there, but nothing going to be happening just yet. Now, my zone prediction feels like it's going to be going slightly to the northwest side, maybe boot camp central with a little bit of quarry thrown in there as well. So kind of feel like that's where it's going to be going. We'll have to see if that's correct. But if that is correct, Lytra moving in with that 1-3 split, for them so far, it is just in zone. But if my prediction is correct, they've still got one in the second zone as well. And that could be really useful for them going into zone 2 because that's just an immediate Lytra coming through, regrouping, and that's a really, really good spot to have for teams trying to come in.
We got a lonely airdrop here. We got an AWM in this airdrop.
Gilly.
Somebody come through.
Please, somebody have that. It's right next to Arm Family. Kind of. And Surreal. Both of them could have it. This could be nice. Come on, guys. You know you wanna. Oh! No, you want this kill, though. Oh, and it's Onyx. Dear,
she hasn't got quite the angle just to see her, but we do have a knock there on a Dream Core. Do take down one of Ghost Killer. Still got eyes on there across the road. Pinky up there on her own as well. They're gonna get a thirst there, so they've had a kill there, and Pinky decides to run in the open. She's gonna go down as well to Catvade. So they're gonna pick up their second kill here onto Onyx Dream Core.
Nicely done from Ghost Killer. That's 2 kills so far. And they kind of need the points, you know. They had 0 kills on Erangel. They did well with that 3rd place on Miramar. But still, they haven't been as spectacular as, say, a Galatasaray or a Cave to really come up to those podium places. I think they're 9th overall so far, but they could use a few more points, and that 2 kills is a great place to start.
It sure is, and while we just get our gatherings in Sanhok, it's time for me to go and give out that next UC code over on the chat. So I'll be there in just a second with that code. Who is going to claim our 3rd UC of tonight? I'll be right back.
Alrighty, good luck to you guys. Get your fingers ready to go, because it's going to be a very, very competitive grab for that UC. So GG's to whoever won the last one, and good luck for this one. We are seeing Ozorox right now taking control of one of those compounds by Quarry. In that kill feed, did Cave just do something? Yes, indeed. Cave just taking out one of the Nightmare Girls. Yeah, here we are. Don't have that knock confirmed just yet, but that does leave Razdva alone and in the water. So that knock will eventually be thirsted on up. Gonna be having to take the L here. And that is Cave with another kill on board. So nicely done to them. That'll be a 1 kill going their way in a moment. That's a real shame for Nightmare as well. With this area, they could have had ruins. They could have done really well there. Had a really good spot, but unfortunately it looks like they've just been taken apart by people. I'm not sure who by, actually. I don't remember seeing them really fighting much. Looks like perhaps Surreal got 2 kills, so I think that's probably who they were fighting in the end. But yeah, so just big shame from Nightmare, to be honest. Big shame. But we are seeing Galatasaray and Surreal right now. They're going to be on Bootcamp Hill. Now, it's interesting. We don't generally see Galatasaray actually stay on Bootcamp Hill for very long. So that's an interesting development. They decided that this is going to be their best spot so far. Lytra moved down from their spot as well, further inland. And we're just seeing Besiktas now move in as well. Okay. New zone has been acquired. Going out there in the end to cave. They're finally bleeding out. But yeah, that is the new zone. Goes a little farther south than I thought it would. We have more down towards Camp Charlie. I thought it might end around Painan, but that's still pretty decent zone. Going to be very nice for these teams. The peeps in the middle there, there's 4 teams by Painan and Boot Camp. They're going to be good to go. We only have 3 teams on those four teams on that heavily congested side, the north and the east, that actually need to come in. You've got Razdva out in the blue towards the west side, and then Cave, of course, in the south. So they're going to be okay for now. But it's looking pretty good for these teams so far. Looks like there's quite a few going around Cave as well, but we're on board with Lytra right now as they try and figure out where they want to be, what they want to do. Got some pans going around right now, a little bit of banter going on between teammates. That's nice to see. Keeps it a little bit more relaxed. So always nice to see that. You don't want to get too focused. Well, okay. You always want to get focused, but you don't want to get too tense. That's my point. It's nice to have a little bit of lightheartedness, a little bit of casuality about it. It's not the right word, but we're going to go with it. Because if you get too tense, then you over-focus, you hyper-focus, and then you end up focusing on the wrong things. So always, always good to just try and maintain that level of lightheartedness about it. If you got to throw your pan at your teammate in a lull in the game, then you do you. But oh goodness, that is a nade and a half. I thought that was her teammates right there, but no, it wasn't. It was Respect. I got those logos mixed up. You Cook Quality nearly went straight over into Respect's territory, seeing their Rees just blocking some windows there, trying to get her friend to safety. Is going to do it. And Respect pretty spread out, to be honest. They got a 1-3 split going, and unfortunately, their one split, Aitana, is down to Rise of Queens, so she's not going to be able to help at all. And I think it's just these 3 up against You Cook Quality.
All right, what do we have going on?
Respect and You Cook Quality going head-to-head right now.
Ooh, just starting the kill feed as well. Wildcats and Lytra too. So quite a few fights going on at the moment. Oh yeah, like you said, she's way far. I don't think anyone's coming for her, but Sonda getting the revive there onto Sonny. So Delphia takes that airdrop.
She does indeed. That's Respect having 1 knock so far. Oh, that's a nice little spray from Rise of Queens. Yeah, the one from Respect unfortunately did go down to Rise of Queens, so that's a good point. Going to be going over to them. So just to fill you in on that.
All right, over in Quarry, I can see. Let's see who is close to them. Neptura. Do we have anybody around apart from? Oh, there it is. Ozrox. Just as I said that, I just saw Ozrox coming into the picture. Now we can see better here with our map view, and Cave Divas are traveling together. They haven't left Brown and Sami, so they're going for different strategy this time.
It worked well last time, if I remember, so we'll be interested to see how this goes. I'm just happy that my zone prediction ended up being right, at least at some point. It did go much farther south than I thought it would originally, but hey, Zone 3 has made up for it by going exactly where I thought it would, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and Galatasaray, they're taking the hill that they normally go to. What is going on here with the Wildcats? Goss Killer coming in as well. Lytra still there, but they're all gathered here together. The Wildcats, they got to be careful of those any throwables coming in. They're all very, very close together, and Voodoo there with eyes on Goss Killer. See if we can spot any peekers there, and they're going to be off and relocate elsewhere.
They are indeed, I think, with that zone going through, yeah. You got 5 seconds on zone, rather. So they need to just get out of dodge immediately. You've only got Lytra to the north, but they're probably going to defend that pretty well. So they need to figure out where they're going to be going here because they need to get into zone ASAP.
Here we go. It's going to be coming in a few seconds. We've got just a few hundred meters to go, so nothing too extravagant for them to make their way in. And the teams here already in zone, just waiting for everybody else to move in. All teams still in this game as well, nearly halfway.
They are, yeah, you're right. We've only lost a few players, not even teams. So still all up for grabs and all very, very dangerous at this point. You still can go out last, even though you survived the last 15 minutes. Still very much can go out. Again, I do kind of like this by Galatasaray. I've been surprised that they never stay on boot camp hill for longer. They generally just go up there and then go away immediately again. This time they've stuck around. They've been there for the most of the game. But it's going to be Lytra and Wildcats right now. Oh my goodness, they're going to try it.
Oh, she's managed to get that one. They creeped up on her and she was very, very quiet. Opium will go back down though. She does have her teammates just behind her. Here is Sonda pushing in the same way. Just behind her as well. We're going to get those nades ready to come. Oh, and the nade from Elium comes before she gets hers out. And she will get that nade knock with that. So Lytra with 2 down. They are not going to waste any time. The Wildcats with these thirsts. They need these kills as well. They did pretty good first game with their eliminations. And we're going to get this revive up real quick. But the duo of Lytra not backing down. Throwing those nades out as well. We've got that revive up, but the nades are going to keep coming. They got to be careful. Zone is 300 meters away from them now, so they've got a few seconds to regroup and get to zone. Just the duo though of Lytra. Looks like they're going to stay and fight this out. They're not going to back off, and they're going to do a 2v4. And
yeah, they've got to be careful here.
Yeah, it looks like Wildcats making their way into their zone as well, just flanking around. So Lytra got to watch out for those flankers coming around them, that they don't get surrounded by all those players.
Yeah, they got to be very careful indeed. I mean, whoever wins this has a nice little spot because they actually can go straight into boot camp and nobody's there. So they can just go ahead and do that. But Lytra, I understand what they're doing here because they can't really run away because they'll just get stabbed in the back. They've got to fight this, but at the same time, this is incredibly risky. And not at all the right move that you really want to be making here. Looks like they might be going for that med strat a little bit there. They got one going into zone and then one not with those meds as well. So moving on down south though.
Yep, Cave Divas, we have lost Mai here, trying to keep Respect out of zone. Here with Logica, just trying to get eyes on, see where everybody is. Zone coming in. I'll just catch up with a little bit of lag there. And it is Wildcat still taking out Lytra, so there will be a solo left for Lytra and Sanhok.
Indeed, not their game to win so far, but she has gotten into zone, so the rest of Wildcats, if she just lays low, they're going to be going straight past her and she can just be by herself. So that's going to be okay there. There's Cave. Goodness, it's all happening down to the south side because Surreal have total control of that bridge.
Yeah, Logica trying to get those nades out as well onto Surreal just at the bridge there, but back with Goskiller. Cat Veins there with 2 eliminations, half of her team's kills. We're trying to keep Ozorox. I think Ozorox have been a bit quiet so far in our first day. We haven't seen much of them so far. Nice sprays there. Logica did go down in the end to Surreal back over towards the bridge. And Cat Veins here trying to keep out Ozorox from coming in. She is, I believe, on her own. I think her teammates in zone there because it's just at the top of that mini map. But she's doing a good job there so far on her own. Gets another 2 kills. And it's Respect who are going to go out first in Sanhok. So unfortunately for them, they will go out in 16th place.
Yep. I can confirm that the rest of Cave Divas have died except for Loriachi, and she's got 15 first aids, so not the 40 that we're used to seeing from her, but she has some ability to go ahead and med up and get some extra placement points.
Yeah, and during that we also lost Onyx Dream Core and we lost Jakut Quality there. We see Leitra go out in 13th with just 1 kill. In 13th position there. Galatasaray here still have that zone over the boot camp hill. And Tofi there trying to get those nades out. It is Ozorox who will go out in 12th place. So just like that, we've lost 5 teams. Oh, another nade coming in, taking out Yildiz. No! And that is Rise of Queens out in 11th with 1 kill.
Man, that was my prediction. Sorry, Rise of Queens. I'm sorry. Listen, I thought the curse was ended. I thought with Cave it was over, but no, Rise of Queen's gonna go down. Probably my fault. I do apologize. The Real now, though, having a hard time, and just like that.
Yep, out in 10th place. We're into our top 9, just like that. And Galatasaray going down there to Ghost Killer. Nade coming in from Fra. We've got Delirium here as well. We're taking on Arm Family at the same time. And it's going to be Nightmare to go out in 9th.
Nade. And, oh my goodness, everybody.
Yeah, having a better game. And they will be eliminated though in 8th, but with 9 kills.
Beautiful.
9 kills for Ghost Killer. We're into top 7. Carly there with 5 eliminations. And another nade elimination in Sanhok. We've had quite a few already so far. Here is 6 Dope Dolls. No, they will go out in 7th with 1 kill. So both of us unlucky for this game. Yeah. And Galatasaray just have the solo. She's going to get this revive really quick if she can. She's got to watch out for everybody else coming in. Arm Family there, Kiddo, the last one. 12 medkits trying to go for it with 13 players still alive. I feel like this has been a really quick Sanhok. It's only been 21 minutes and we have 12 players left. And who do we have? It is Besiktas there with a full squad coming into zone now. And it's looking good for them right now. And is that a Wildcats trio?
It is. It is indeed. And you know what's funny is I almost said Besiktas in my prediction, and maybe I should have, because they've managed to do the one thing that always holds them back, and that is survive the mid phase. They've done it. They've kept out of the way. They're in that late phase. They're a full squad. They're fresh, and they're looking very, very good for this.
Yeah, so we've only got those 3 teams who are in zone, and it is going to go towards the Wildcats. All those other teams just have players out in the blue zone healing up, and I should have picked Wildcats for Sanhok instead, as Bugs Bunny there of Inferno will go out in 6th. So there's still 2 teams outside our zone doing the med strat. Besiktas here with their full team. They've got how many? 4 eliminations so far. Odds are in their favour at the moment, and Cave Divas and Kittle from Arm Family down there with their solos in the blue. 9%. Lara actually will be the first to go out in 5th place for the Divas. Pushing top 4 now for the Armed Family. And Lara, I think she's in a little bit of trouble there. I think she just got spotted by Besiktas, but she's managed to make her way behind the rock just in time as that Molly goes out as well. Blue zone coming in now. She's got to move 10-15 meters or so. Wildcats in between them. Wildcats got to focus on both sides right now. And at the moment it's Besiktas that's going down. They have 2 down, and I think is that a Galatasaray player on the roof?
Yes, it's Besiktas. Wildcats inside. Wildcats inside. Galatasaray on the roof.
Yeah, there's Lara goes out, so just a solo for Galatasaray. She is on the roof. I think it's Carly who's up there. Besiktas just like that, down to a duo. And Wildcats still with their trio, so looking good for the Wildcats so far. 50% we're going with. Lara gonna be thirsted there by Gucci, who goes down as well. And a solo left, so Besiktas just like that are in serious trouble. Can she see her on the roof? She does, but is she going to have chance to spray her out? She's trying. She's very low. She's got to make it into zone as well. She's still outside, 7 meters to go, unfortunately. Wildcats now know she's up there, and she's going to get taken out by the Wildcats. There we have Galatasaray going out in third, but with 13 kills, so more kills to add to their tally from the last game. And just solo here for Besiktas. She gets one knock. Is she on this? Oh, she's going to try and thirst and get that kill point. She's going to go for it. She misses. She's so low though. Can she get a second one? No, she can't. And it's going to be a Wildcats win in Sanhok. And I just picked them from the wrong map. They said, sorry about Miramar, but we're going to play the next game and we'll get the win in the next game instead. Sorry, Wildcats. Winner, winner, chicken dinner for them in Sanhok.
Yeah, very, very well done indeed. I mean, I'm just checking the score here. We have a 7-kill win for the Wildcats. So a lot of points going forward for them. 15 and 7, of course, is 21. 22. Yes. 22. There's a reason I'm a caster, not a mathematician, but I try. So 22 points going over to the Wildcats, and that's going to be very nice indeed for their leaderboard scores later on this evening. And with 2 games to go for tonight, it's looking very good indeed for them. Galatasaray as well with that. How many was, 13 odd kills? Yeah, 13.
13, I think they had,
Yeah. So, looking very good. And honestly, compared to how Lytra and the Divas did as well, I'm thinking that Galatasaray may have gotten the top spot now.
Yeah, they should have enough points now to compete for that top spot, I think. Lytra had a few kills, but not as great a game for them as the last one. Yeah, so I think we could be seeing Galatasaray storm their way into that top spot. We'll have to see where the graphs take us. So we'll be seeing that in just a moment. But yeah, so 2 games left to go. There's our winner, winner, chicken dinner winners, Wildcats. Very nicely done. Now, typically we see them do super well on Miramar. So it's interesting to see them do well here on Sanhok. But of course, that just happens with it. In general, Sanhok is just a very chaotic, very unpredictable sort of map. So GG's to them. They did well there. And again, I gotta say, good job to Besiktas. They managed to get a 6-kill second place. That's really, really nicely done for them. Again, I will say it time and time again, they fail the mid phase. If they can just get past the mid phase, I don't know why it's difficult for them. I haven't really looked that much into it, but I have noticed if they get back past that mid phase, that kind of 10 to 17 minutes, then they do super well. They're always top 5. So they've done super well with that second place. They did a really good job with that final fight. It's just that, of course, the Wildcats coming in with that pincer move, there was nothing that she could do there. So second place it is, but still a very, very good job there. Yeah, just to show they could keep their team alive. Obviously, the odds were in their favours, but just not strong enough there, trying to make it into the zone to keep their team. Wildcats with that compound and strong enough to fend off both Galatasaray and Besiktas between them. So GG's to all those last 3 teams there as our longest elimination. Normally, we have quite a long fight in Sanhok. We normally push over 300 in Sanhok, a little bit lower this time, but still pretty good. 269 there for Lara. Nobody took that AWM, so we didn't see anything too long for them in Sanhok this time.
No, we did not. So yeah, interesting. 3rd place going over to 157 meters. That's nothing. I mean, that's mid-range pretty much. But yeah, so that's going to be Shirazer's taking that 3rd place, and she's still here in those MVP spots. So she's still a very strong contender for that MVP title at the end of the finals. But here we go. No 0 pointers for this one. That's nice to see. But 23 total points for Galatasaray.
Yep, looking good for them now. So let's just discount the very first game. That didn't count. And then the second and third games, over 20 points each game for them. Wildcats good there with their 22. So yeah, it'd be interesting again to see that leaderboard now. I think it's getting a little bit closer. And we've got a big spread here of eliminations to damage. Look at Ghost Killer there. 10 eliminations overall, but the difference in their damage, and then the opposite of Galatasaray, who had more kills with less damage. So little bit role reversal there for those two teams.
Yeah, I think you're seeing Galatasaray being able to pick a couple of third parties outside of their little sphere there, and probably from Goskilla and Wildcats, to be honest. Because if we're looking at that damage, much, much higher than their kills suggest. And the opposite for Galatasaray, like you said. So yeah, I think we're seeing Galatasaray steal some kills. How dare they?
Yep, there's our total healing, and it's normally double this. So
yeah,
of course,
Very
Laurie
little
actually she
happening.
wasn't in Sambi with 40 medkits, so that healing is a little bit further down for us today in Sanhok.
Yep, it is.
And everything else only 17 rescues,
I was just
so a
looking
little
at that,
little bit lower than what we've seen tonight as well. But still a good Sanhok, and with those 2 games to follow, I think all of our stats will be boosted next game.
Yes, absolutely. Really looking forward to those last 2 games. We do have that Erangel and that Miramar both happening very, very shortly. So yeah, only 2 games left to go tonight, and then that's a third of the finals done already.
I know, it's gone so quick.
It has.
I think the next 2 days are just going to go just as fast. These girls really putting in the work.
And we may even see it get faster and faster as these teams become more aggressive, start hot dropping a little bit. Depends on how far apart they end up being on the leaderboard. If they're close together, we're not going to see a whole lot of YOLOing going on. But if people are get farther and farther away from each other, we may see these games actually end up happening a lot faster than we're used to seeing, like tonight, for instance.
Yeah, I think the rest of these games tonight will just still play like normal, relax, and then midpoint from tomorrow and the final is when we'll start to see the real competition of who wants to take out who and who wants to overtake who in the leaderboard. But next 2 games will still be good, but I think still similar to what we've seen already, and just taking our time through the first zone or 2, and that's when the real fighting starts.
Agree, totally agree. Yeah, Cave having a little bit of trouble there. Just had Surreal over on that bridge side there. Ozarok's going down there as well. Didn't see much of them for this game in particular, but they did manage to hold on quite a while. Oh my goodness. Just right around the corner like that. But yeah, Rise of Queens going down there as well. So lots of really nice nades coming through. There's Surreal in turn getting taken out by Galatasaray, and I always like this hillside. It's a very good hillside, and I'm glad Galatasaray have finally been able to put it to good use, because like I said earlier, they generally just hightail it out of there after just checking out what's going on, and then they go away. But they stuck around. They stuck there for like 10 minutes and got all these kills. Yeah, here we go. I think this is probably where you're seeing a lot of that third partying come through, and those kill steals. But yeah, there's Besiktas going down there. Lara taking out 2 of them. That's really what hurt Besiktas there. That is indeed what hurt them. Lara does go down in general, but still, man. That was really tough on Besiktas. Galatasaray just pulling them apart. Gives Wildcats time to get that, though.
Yeah, she just managed to get those shots off before her Molly nades came out there, and Wildcats were able to take that win.
There
is our overall, and then Galatasaray was shot way out in front.
Yeah,
from
look
2
at
games.
No
chickens for them. No
0
chicken
wins,
and 50 points. So already a 14-point gap from Leitra, followed by Cave and Surreal, all very close together. Wildcats and Besiktas not too far away either.
No.
So, but Galatasaray, how they can get 0 points in 1 game and then come back in 2 games and have 50.
They
outstanding.
are just amazing. Yeah,
outstanding from them in those second and third games. And on the other side, we've got Inferno there just edging up a place with 6 points now, and our family as well. Moving up a couple of places, 11 points joint with Rex Spec. So I'm guessing more to come from these teams as well on the other side of the table.
Of course, for sure. We're going to be seeing a lot more from them. We've seen Arn family win before, so definitely not all this team has to offer. Respect as well. We saw them win, I think, in week 2 of the league. Saw them winning quite a bit, so that was good for them as well. So yeah, definitely just because they're down here for now doesn't mean that they're not going to be, or we're not going to be seeing them at the top of the leaderboard in the next couple of days. But yeah, there is that logo stamped all over Sanhok, and we are ready and waiting for Erangel.
Yeah, Erangel and Miramar left to come. We're going back on our holidays. Our second time tonight to these places. See if these teams who won the first games can perform just as well in the second ones.
Looking very much forward to that. But yeah, so we're going to be going into a short break. Y'all know the drill by now, but just to remind you guys, we will be going into Erangel just shortly. But before that, to get everything set up, we will be going into a short break. So see you in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. A short break indeed. And we're going to be going straight into Erangel very shortly. There we go. Nearly said Miramar, nearly said Sanhok. It's neither one of those. It is going to be Erangel. So I'm going to ask you a different question this time, Majesty. Where is the zone going?
Do you know what? they've been nice to us today. So for this one, I'm gonna go with Gatka Fields area. Around there, around
okay.
Gatka. I'm feeling like that kind of zone for this game. I think. We'll see.
I agree with that. I like that. We haven't had the fields in a while, actually. I mean, we've been saying over the last couple of weeks that generally Erangel does tend to go to those fields, but we've not been seeing that. So it would be nice to have a little bit of a change and go back to those fields, back to the origin story of Erangel. And I agree with that. That would be cool. Gotta try.
Are we gonna do our predictions? What do we think?
Go right ahead.
Shall we?
Yes, why not?
Oh, I just don't even know who to say anymore. It's just so hard. And
I know. Yeah.
I am going to pick Galatasaray. Their first win of the night, I think, this game.
I have to agree, but I can't do the same one as you. So, I'm feeling maybe... it's a hard one. Thing is as soon as you ask me something like this, half the teams go out of my mind and I can't remember who's playing. So... I'm gonna go with, you know what? Let's go with Besiktas. I think they know what they're doing now. I'm gonna go with Besiktas for this one.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. They had that full squad. Yeah, they had a full squad in the last zone. So,
and they do well in fields. I have seen them do very well in those field zones. So, if the zone does in fact go there, my bet's on Besiktas.
All right, so Galatasaray, Besiktas, Erangel, game 4. We are ready. Just a few moments. There is our timer. 30 seconds till we board our flight. It is the final call. Ladies, get on board. And we will be flying shortly. I feel like an air hostess. Do we need to do the emergency exits?
Yes, your exits are here, here, and here.
Hopefully no one has to use them just so soon. And we can all get to our destination and survive as long as we can, ladies.
That would be nice. Here we go. Final call. Well, calls passed. We are on departure now in 3, 2, 1, 1.5, 1.25, 0! I did it perfectly on time. There we go. Up into Erangel we go. And we will be seeing where that plane path takes us. So match 4, here we go. The Wonder League finals, day 1, almost over. Just this one and the next game to go. And that zone is very north. Oh, okay. Alrighty, so we're going straight past Zarki, past Georgopol, and all the way over to Lipovka. So, we will be seeing those teams down to the south have to drive there, which isn't a big deal when it comes to Erangel. Fairly easy to do, but we have a lot of teams moving out as soon as they can on that western coast. Somebody's going to Zarki. Respect going to Zarki. Now that is an interesting one. There we are seeing over in Georgopol as well. I think that's Nightmare over there. And another group descending around the middle. They're going to be going over to Pachinki and Rosshawk there. And then Rise of Queens moving over to that eastern side as well.
We did have a prediction in the chat for Surreal as well. And I thought maybe that's what you were going to suggest, because they have had some good games tonight.
That's true.
So I think that's an actual decent prediction as well there from the stream.
No, yeah, good pick there. Fortunately, Surreal is one of those teams that I absolutely blanked on. Not going to be Gatka Fields unless it goes right down to that western side. But yeah, I always forget like half of the teams when asked about predictions, and I don't have a list in front of me. I probably would have said Surreal as well, honestly, if they'd come to mind. So that's a really, really good prediction there. Good stuff on your side, whoever you are in chat. I can't quite see yet. But Wildcats as well are going to be going over to their spot. But that zone looking pretty decent. Uh-oh. Is it too
This
late to
is
change
nice.
Besiktas, please don't die. I'm sorry.
I tell you something, our family have been very quiet tonight. Only, I think,
They
3 eliminations so far in 3 games, which is
Yeah.
not like them. So they're
Not at
being a
all.
bit quiet for day one for my
Oof.
liking. As Matilda, who do we have here? Onyx Dreamcore and Ozarok. Has she got a chance whilst they try to revive? She does have the chance, but she's gonna get knocked as well. And unfortunately for her there, I think if she went a little bit quicker, she might have had that knock as well. And now Satan Nova is here as well. And they got to make this quick because they're trying to get this revive up and they keep just waiting a little bit too long. Still haven't got that player back up, and there's only 2 of them left there for Dreamcore. Is she finally going to make her way around the other side of the warehouse? If they leave it too late, they're not going to have a chance because they will get this revive up really quick. I think she's there now. Trying to get it. There we go. Another knock. Oh, the support coming in there. And Koroba now is on her own. But there is 2 players down. For Ozarok, so it's a 1v1. She's got to take advantage of this really quick. It looks like she's trying to revive, so now is her chance. If she wants to pull this off, now is her chance to go. She's going to thirst one. Oh, and it is Ozarok there. On at Dreamcore will go out with the 2 eliminations. So she managed to thirst one, but that last player up just managed to clip her enough to eliminate them.
What a shame. What a shame for Ozarok's there, or for Onyx Dreamcore rather. Almost had it, played that really well actually, but yeah, Ozarok's just able to keep coming back from the revive and onto Onyx and just take him out in the end. That was really well done from them, so that's 4 kills going their way. But yeah, it's just a real shame from Onyx. It's one of those things they played well. Probably would have done better if they had gone with, as in like 2 or more, rather than the 1-by-1. That's probably where their downfall was. But the way they played it was still good, and it's just a real shame that it just didn't work out this time. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, I thought that was a different team, for goodness sake.
I was going to say, do Galatasaray have company in Pachinki?
I know. She's being all brazen out there on the roof while there's a team rolling up on her, but okay. But no, same team. We're good. Pachinki is Galatasaray's for now, at least. And the zone is moving in right now, so we will see. We will see what these teams end up doing. We won't be seeing Respect, I think, come into zone anytime soon. They do go in pretty late. There's Armed Family. Okay. Yes, on that. Yasnaya. Besiktas, though, disengaging completely. Good job, Besiktas. Live to fight another day. I like this. Keeping alive for them.
Just having a look around. Not looking to move just yet.
Just a bit, but Armed Family moving out as well. Okay, so I'm not. No, they're looking for vehicles, but I was gonna say I don't think they're quite on the lookout for Besiktas there. I don't think they're chasing them down as such, but I don't think they were kind of moving in the same sort of line that I don't think that they would be particularly mad if they came across them.
Just gathering those vehicles, taking them back to Yasnaya, ready in case they need them. Wildcats here. Looking after for another good game after their win. Rise of Queens and Surreal there in the kill feed. Are we over? We are at this, I don't know what to call this compound, but Rise of Queens there have another knock. And gonna get 1 kill. Should be able to confirm this one as well, as help is trying to come. I think that's Melina there, just behind the wall. She's covered at the moment. The nades flying in from Delphia. Not quite, and Yield is there. Should be able to, if she can just peek around. She's not quite got it yet. Can she now? Through that smoke. Finally, it's going to go down eventually there. It took a little bit of team effort, and Ghost Killer just riding on through straight between Besiktas. Alim is going to go down. They just took the open field just in front of them in the road there, just getting this revive on behind the rock.
Looks like she's going to be able to do it as well. There's Fra up there trying to get that angle, get those cover angles going. Oh, Cat Veins, though. She's got 1 HP, quite literally. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that piece of rock. That piece of rock flying off that bullet is probably enough to knock her. She's got to be careful she doesn't trip and fall.
Absolutely. And Nightmare coming in is not making anything easier. The rest of the team have to move away. Looks like they might actually be making a wraparound play there on that little mini-map. We just saw them kind of try and get behind them a little bit. Yeah, here we go. Fra on one end. They might actually be trying to corner Nightmare in this little compound. That could be a really good spot for them.
Yeah, and one of my favourite moments from this league is when we saw Nightmare and Ghost fighting in that is it the petrol station area compound that they were in. One of my favourite moments, and here they are again. Gonna have another battle in Erangel. Looks like Nightmare just pulling away now as we see one member get knocked straight out of her buggy. Delirium out in the open is gonna go down as well. So we've got back and forth and knocks here for Nightmare. Both teams just out there in the open, running around.
Oh yeah.
Driving around in the open, and Bashik just have not in this one now. And Lisa, is she gonna? Oh, she's got another member. Is that Fra right in front of her? It is. She's gonna try and flank around there. She's gone prone. How many of Ghost Killer? There's 2 left up right now. Fra is still trying to make her way around. Anissa just keeping an eye on her. Cat Veins doing some damage as well. Fra, she stays up for too long. She's concentrating on somebody else. Anissa is the last one up though. And she's gone straight for that thirst. She's going to try and do a quick revive as well, because Cat Veins is the last one up for Ghost Killer. So it's a 1v1. She's going to first that player there. Is she going to try and quickly go for this last elimination? No, she's not. She's going to pull away from this. That's unfortunate. So they got 2 kills out of that. Going to leave that solo player there, Anissa, to get that revive back up.
Yeah. That's a difficult one. Ghost Killer looked like they were going to win that, but Nightmare pulled it back. I'd like to actually go back to that and try and analyze it a little bit more, to be honest. I really want to see what actually happened there, but well fought on both sides. It just didn't work out in Ghost Killer's favor this time around. And the new zone has centered up, so no shenanigans from the side of PUBG.
Yeah, quite not a bad zone. I'm thinking maybe, do you think they're going to send us to shelter area after this? But right now we've got armed, no, you said armed forces, there we go, armed family, getting one kill there on a Besiktas. Nice to see them. I'm expecting more from armed family, to be honest. They've been pretty quiet on the eliminations front, so maybe just still warming up. But got eyes on Hate Me down there in the compound, and Bashik just left with a trio.
Yeah, that's a real shame. I think they were trying to go for that 1-3 split, something like that. They were a little bit split there. And it's what the small risk is for a 1-3 split, especially when that close. But there's always a split. There's always a risk when it comes to these splits. And unfortunately, that risk came to life for Bajik. This looks like the full team just ran straight in. Bajik just couldn't do anything about it. That's going to be Cooper going on down. So unfortunate, but still very much playable as 3. They just have to continue to keep alive, stay alive. 11 minutes in, this is a dangerous time for them, mid-phase. They just got to stay alive and not peek. Not, kind of not be defensive, but you can't do unnecessary things here. You've got to just wait it out and stay chill. Disengage if you have to, go somewhere else, but just be very, very careful, because Arm Family, we've seen what they can do, and they're not a force to not be reckoned with, if you know what I mean. So yeah, just be careful of them, be careful of your surroundings, and stay low for now. That would be my advice if you wanted it, not that you asked. But I'm just saying anyway.
I always do that. I start saying stuff and I think, do you know what? You don't even need to listen to me. I don't know why I'm talking about this.
Yeah, literally.
But just in case
Literally.
anybody wanted to pay attention, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Quite literally. Look at Freeps though. Armed family, they want this. I mean, it's a bit of a sort of bit of a thorn in their side at this point. Besiktas are. Armed family don't want another team in that close of a proximity. It's going to mean that they can't really do what they want. Those angles are going to be covered by Besiktas. So I'm not surprised that they're doing this, but it's something that Besiktas really need to be on the lookout for because. They could very easily go down here if they're too passive and if they don't push back a little bit. Once you let Armed Family into that compound, you're done.
Yeah, looks like they're still just having a look around in their vehicles as well as Edom takes that airdrop. And Natura, it's time for me to jump over onto YouTube. I have another UC code for these viewers, and this time it is for a whopping 1800 UC.
Oh!
So if you're the first one to bag this, congratulations. The code will be there shortly. I'm going to go put that in the stream right now.
Wow, guys, you want to get those redeem codes ready because, like Majesty just said, that's going to be going in chat in just a moment. 1800 UC for you guys, but we're going to go straight over to Respect here. There they are, Galatasaray on Potato Hill as well. There's a lot going on right now as the zone has moved on in. You can just see it there on the edge of Shelter there, Lytra moving in past. No, Lytra are there, but somebody's past them. There they are, Respect moving in. Already one knock on to Lytra, and we're seeing now a little bit of a standoff. I think that knock is going to be able to get res back up, so no worries there. But yeah, Respect with this 2-2 split going on here. Both other mounds here could look dangerous, but I think at this point, to be honest, it's just going to be a standoff. There's too much open space, too much cover, so you can't push, and long range is just going to not be really very efficient or doable. All it's going to do is waste your resources, so I think for Lytra, it'll be easier to disengage here. I personally would, but what is... Oh, okay. I thought that was Ness down... just out in the open. She's underneath. So she's in those tunnels. If you weren't aware, she is in those tunnels. She's not out in the open. And yeah, it's going to be Respect actually to disengage there. So going to see that happening. You cut Quality as well as Inferno as well. Oh, and Inferno not doing well at all. It's just that one behind the tree further up. All the close range have gone down. And it's just Kiv left. Yes, it is. Only her left alive. You cook Quality winning this one out. So Inferno having a really hard time. Just a solo and 0 kills. What a shame there. Diddle Meow does get rezzed up, so you're good all there. The rest of those teammates going to get punched on out, and that's 2 defeats for Yakut Quality. So yeah, seeing a big improvement there from Yakut. They're continuing to climb up the ranks here. Unfortunately, it's at the expense of Nash Inferno. It's just a real shame there because they are, of course, down at the bottom of that list. Only 6 points to their name for tonight so far. So, a bit of a shame that it's Yakut are rising at the expense of Inferno, but it is how it is sometimes, and we've seen Inferno do well before. We will see them back here again. Moving over though, Wildcats and Nightmare over in the apartments. Looks like Wildcats going to disengage from this. They're outside of zone with 40 seconds to go. Or maybe not. They look like they're going to be moving in anyway. So Bugs Bunny goes out to Diddle Meow there. Just bleeds out there in the kill feed as well. But here we go. This is the big push. Eddie thought about going up the stairs. Not going to try it just yet, though. I think instead they're going to be disengaging. Yeah. They thought they could make this a quick engagement. It's not going to be the case, and they're just going to disengage right away. Yakut and Besiktas. So I think Besiktas may have disengaged from Armed Family there. And there's the nades going back and forth there. Yakut Quality and Besiktas going head-to-head somewhere in that kill feed as Nightmare move on out. Ooh, without a tire. That's going to be a difficult move, but should be okay for now. Unfortunately, Besiktas just down to a duo. Elim and Gucci here, as you could have a few down as well. Oh, it's a 1v3. No, sorry, a 2v1 here. 2v2, now they got that res, but Gucci just doesn't get those shots through. Now it's Ponyo And one other up for Yakut. Lem is the only one left alive here. Here comes some nades over the top. But they'll be inside that compound now, getting all those reses back up. They're actually in a tree. They're gonna. Yeah, she's barking up the wrong tree. I hate to say it, but yes, she is. They're right there. Oh goodness, she needs to heal up. She doesn't have anything to heal up with. This is the end of Besiktas, unfortunately. Yeah, there she goes. Down she goes. It's going to be 15th for Besiktas. What a shame. Just were unable to get there.
No kills for them as well. So unfortunately, I just caught the end of that fight. Yeah, you caught it. They're gonna get their players back up, and right here with Inferno, who will be the next team to be eliminated with no kills as well, going out in 14th place. And Surreal, we did have a shout out for a prediction for Surreal. Looks like they just got a solo left though. So our predictions aren't going too well. Is mine? How are Galatasaray getting on? Are they okay?
They've been
yes, they are.
So far. I mean, 0 kills, but they stayed out of trouble.
They're just right there with Ozarok's armed family there. We can see them moving into that zone on the western side. There we go. They just have their first kill here with Cave Diva's not too far away as well. And that will be Cook Quality out in 13th, but with 5 eliminations, quickly followed by Ozarok's with 4 eliminations. So we're now into our placement points as well. So everybody from here on out will get at least 1 point, even if you go out. And Armed Family now starting to make their way. They've just been warming up. They have 2 kills here with Cave Divas and Galatasaray. Keep an eye on your left. You don't want to go down to Galatasaray and feel that pressure after they're on a massive rampage from Miramar and Sanhok in our last games.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Armed Family's position here. Unfortunately, it is outside of zone. They got 300 meters to go, so they have to move pretty quickly. But it's a nice little angle they've got there. That side of the hill is well sheltered from anybody. And they got some good angles there. But Cave, once again, gatekeeping the rest of these teams from zone. So Cave in a pretty strong position here. I would be aware of Galatasaray there. They're good at all ranges, and they're a full squad up. That's going to be very, very risky, though. That's all 4 in one car? Really?
Yeah, that's one thing that I honestly can't stand, is if my team, we only have 1 vehicle, I'm like, no, please, no.
No. Yeah.
All it takes is, just a vehicle blowing up. Oh, there we have Rise of Queens.
Nice angle.
Is that a squad wipe for Elifs there? Well, she has 4 kills.
Maybe.
For her team out of 8. And 6 dope dolls there just trying to drive past Galatasaray. Oh my goodness. They're going to take out Sophia there. Gonna get they're getting tagged up by Elifs now. She's focusing on Galatasaray. She is in the zone. Rise of Queens here, and there you go, 5 kills for her. And it is gonna be Goskiller, who the next team to be eliminated. And just like that, why is it I say Galatasaray for a chicken dinner and now they're a duo?
A solo? Yeah, duo. Yeah. Oh, I'm confused about what happened. Did dolls run into them? And so they were fighting?
I think they drove past 6 dolls. Obviously, they were all in that car, weren't they? They were driving in. 6 dolls in the same direction. And then Rise of Queens with that third-party Elifs. And Armed Family there. Latra is coming through now. We can see in the kill feed back and forth from these 2 teams. Here is Latra. They have 2 down. So do Armed Family. I think just a solo left up for them. So gotta get into this zone. We are just on the edge. And Sonder there gonna try and get this revived, but all the shots are still coming in. Opium's gonna go out to the play zone. We have lost Sonny as well. It'll be Galatasaray to go out in 8th place. It's all my fault.
Oh dear, but Rexpect's still in it though. 1 kill but a full squad. We haven't seen much from them so far tonight, but we are seeing a little bit better of a result coming through from them. But Cave, Majesty, Cave, full squad.
Yes, Cave and Rise of Queens, I must say, who have
Rise of
10
Queens.
kills.
Oh, 10! I hadn't noticed. Oh my goodness me.
Yes, so there we go. Sonda's going to go down to 6 dope dolls. Nice to see some different teams still alive in our top 7. Let's have a look what else we got. Surreal creeping in there as a solo. And Respect just in here as well. A full squad. Nice to see them top 7 this game. But yeah, let's look at Rise of Queens with 10 eliminations so far. Full squad, top 7. They've got a couple of solos to contend with, is what I'm trying to say.
Yep. No, yeah, I mean, dang, Rise of Queens, though. Rise of Queens. I nearly said them, but I went with Besiktas. Poor Besiktas, I'm so sorry. But Rise of Queens looking good from their spot there. Cave got that on look. They have to come in, though, but they do have that high ground. And Lytra is just being, pushed back, unable to get into zone. Oh, Sonya going down there as well. So Cave no longer a full squad. They're down to a trio, but there goes Lytra.
Yep, and Cake's there. She's having a look at Lytra now. They're feeling the pressure, and she manages to get 1 knock. Who do we lose there in 7th? I think Family they're going out.
Yeah.
And Lytra not having a good game either.
No.
And could Cave Divas here creep up on those points with Galatasaray and Lytra in front of them? And looks like they could. The solo for Surreal is still in it, so they're still having a good game. Respect got to get their revive up. Lytra will go out in 5th place with 2 eliminations. Atana there in a little bit of trouble. She's getting tagged up there. She's looking pretty low, but got enough smoke to get some bandages on. We've got no meds left, and look at all the damage on all of these girls' armor. So she's got to hope that her team can bully their way through here and just stay alive. The nade coming in from Reds will take her down. It is Atana who has those no meds, so even if she gets revived, she's got to hope her teammates will no, but she's going to be eliminated there. She is. Reds will go with the second nade. And I guess that elimination. Sniper's going to go down to the nade of Kiki. So 6 dope dolls throwing out these nade cakes with a nade onto Logica. So here comes these nade now. She's going to get that nade elimination. There we go. Maya is going to go down to it as well. So I said these throwables numbers.
Nice.
Loriachi with a nade too. She's going to go with a follow-up. She's going to be eliminated real quick. And that will be Cave Divas in 4th with 5 kills. And the duo here of 6 dope dolls. They have 2 kills to their name. And we're into the top 3. And we have 6 dope dolls. Respect. And Rise of Queens with 14 kills so far. And still 9 players are remaining. 4 of which belong to Rise of Queens.
Yeah.
So I expect those statistics to pop up shortly and be in massive favour of Rise of Queens, but Respect still have a trio and the duo of 6 dope dolls as well, as we're just trying to make our way in here for Respect. A little bit open. Hopefully we've got plenty of smokes to use just to cover that roadside.
Oh, they're all in there.
Yeah, we're having a look at the shack where 6 dope dolls are. They will be the first to be eliminated in 3rd place, but good result for them. And I think it's a good result for Respect as well. We haven't seen much of these guys so far. So nice that they're into the top 2. Sniper's getting tagged up. She will go down to Yildiz.
Through the smoke.
Duo. Yeah, duo here. Amira, she's trying to smoke herself as well before she gets spotted. Can she get a knock? There's more sprays going through the smoke. It is going to be a chicken dinner for Rise of Queens. Take our second Erangel game there with a nice win. And I think, I don't know how many kills, around 17, 18?
Yeah.
A lot of kills there.
Insane. A lot, yeah. I don't have the numbers with me this time around, but yeah, that was a lot of kills going over to the Rise of Queens. It's good. It's good. They're a good team. They've been, up and down a little bit lately. I'm used to seeing a little bit more consistency from them, but when they perform, man, do they perform. My goodness me. There's the girls doing so well. I mean, we've seen Delphia be an MVP or on those kinds of leaderboards multiple times. Yildiz as well. All these girls at one point or another. So definitely a very, very talented squad and a massive GG to them. That's a massive game from them.
Yep, nice picture for these ladies. Nice variation of hair color as well. So
yes,
GG's. And there we go. Elifs is our MVP this game with 7 and 5.7 points.
741 damage though. Elifs, you gotta step it up. Come on, where's the 1,000 damage at? The 10 plus kills. Of course, I'm joking, but nice MVP from her nonetheless. Gonna be looking very nice for her. 36% of the team contribution just goes to show you how even these girls are talent-wise. You know, sure, we see sometimes that from Rise of Queens there is one that stands out above the rest, but all these girls can frag out when they want to, and we're seeing that for sure. So GG's there, and look at that. Most damage dealt, all Rise of Queens. I don't think we've ever seen that.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 for the Queens. And all pretty close as well. Nobody over 1,000 though, but that just shows it was spread out between the team.
Yeah.
So they all did a lot of damage, a lot of kills, and shared it between them.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to see where those longest eliminations are as well, though. Just gotta see that. Let's see, 317. Okay, not bad. That's more than we're kind of used to seeing, I think. I think the most we've seen tonight is 301, if I'm not mistaken. So, new record.
Yep, and I see the second place with 300 meters as well. Normally it takes a little bit of a dip and it goes into the 200s, but nice there. And then Cakes there in 271 meters for the Queen. So 1, 2, 3 different teams there. Rexpect and Surreal featuring. They ended up with 19, so I wasn't far off. I said 17, 18.
Yeah.
Turns out it was
34.
19, and they get a massive 34 points. And then look at the gap to second place. Rexpect with 15. Double points compared to everybody else. They've just boosted themselves up massively from that. With Galatasaray picking up 4, later there with 8. 34 points, and that is our joint second highest eliminations, I believe. So 34 points, second, joint first, same points.
Yeah, I think so, something 19, like that.
Yeah, because later the very first game was 19, I believe.
Yes, it was. You're right. Yes, it was.
So joint top highest there for Rise of Queens, and out of nowhere, just a win and 19 kills.
So good, so good. But Rise of Queens, man, I should point out just very quickly that my predictions have been right, just not in the right order. I did say Rise of Queens, the other map, and they have won here. It's just a different map, so I'm just gonna take semi-credit for that, I have to say. But oh my god, yeah, look at that. Compared to the rest of the lobby, wow. I don't think we've ever seen that so far.
Yeah, that's a monster map. I would be taking that. I would be posting that on my socials. Like, look, that's a nice one. If you're Rise of Queens right now with that 19 eliminations and equal damage too. So they put in the work for it. And unfortunately for Rexpect, their damage was pretty high. 3 kills. Same for Arm Family. Good damage. Not making enough of it. But yeah, Rise of Queens way out there, over double.
That's just a phenomenal game from them. I mean, that's almost unheard of. I mean, literally only the only other one we've seen is Lytra, the very first game, week 1, with 19 kills. It hasn't happened since, and we've had a lot of games since that first day. So these girls have just pulled out a monster game from wherever they were hiding it, and these poor other teams. I mean, look at Armed Family, 1100 damage for 4 kills. I mean, just insane.
Yeah, and there we go. Our throwables, I said they would start to be used a little bit more towards the end of the night, and there we go. We finally got over 200 and 23 revives. There was a lot of knocks getting picked up there. 63 total, and yeah, only 2 airdrops looted. So
yeah. Interesting. Yeah, only 2, which is surprising considering the amount of open ground that there was for those drops that teams could go into. I mean, there was a little bit of continuous action throughout, but it wasn't, chaos from the very beginning. So that is interesting that only 2 were looted for that game. 215, as you said, but 11 total headshots. I still don't know quite what that means, because there can't be only 11 headshots in that entire thing. This was just insane. This whole thing.
Yeah, this was a nice little fight between Dreamcore and Ozorox, and just I just feel maybe Dreamcore waited a little bit too long with their pushes, like a bit like should we, shouldn't we? Then by the time they said should we, it was already too late, and they were starting to get revives and things, and unfortunately, it was a nice little fight to watch.
It was. I do agree. I also think that when they finally did decide to push, they did one by one. And that's never how you want to go. You want at least 2 for those kinds of pushes. And that would have gotten them the win, I think. But that one by one tactic that they used, it was just enabling them to get knocked and knocked and knocked. So unfortunate.
Yeah, I would never be like that. Because I'd always be like, I'm never going to win a 1v1. Someone's got to come with me. I don't know why you're sending me in there, because I'm just going to die as well. So come with me, and we'll take numbers. And then when I do get knocked, you're there to re-knock. So yeah, definitely. I don't like sending in people one by one either.
No, it's just not safe. And not only is it not safe, it's incredibly risky. It's just not something you want to do. Oh my god, Ozorox, that's also something you don't want to do. Oh,
did that nade just bounce back on her after she threw that?
Yep, it forced her out the shack and into the fire of that enemy team there. So, that's a real shame. But yeah, happens. It happens. Yeah, there goes Galatasaray. That was weird as well. Rise of Queens just able to get those kills as well. Then there's that, and then this, and the other thing, and they just got all the kills, and oh my goodness me.
I think one stat that I would like to see included in future if they do this again, I want to see the stat of nade eliminations. Yes, we have been calling for that for like 3 weeks now. Come on, PUBG, give us that stat. We want it. There was quite a lot in this game. It's starting to get sweatier with these nades, and there was a lot of knocks, a lot of eliminations came all at once. Unfortunately, there, Mira, she couldn't quite get that knock. I thought it was a little bit off site there, and she was unfortunate she couldn't get that last one. And look at that, the Cave Divas and Rise of Queens both creeping right up to Galatasaray. 48 points each for them. They've overtaken Leitra, Surreal, Wildcats, and Besiktas, all moving down, and Nice Respect moving up there as well after that second place. But now they've closed that gap on Galatasaray, only 6 points, and it's looking pretty tight for the rest of that first half. Even pushing into the second half, even 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, all 20 and above. So yeah, not far off. Not far off at all, and a really, really good start here from Rise of Queens and Cave, getting that 48-48. Second and third, looking very, very nice. Really, really happy with how they've been performing so far tonight. With how everybody's been performing. I know Inferno haven't had the best time. Onyx Dreamcore as well, been a little bit better, but still only 7 points to show for it. Inferno's been having a really tough time, but they're one of those teams that tend to be rather quiet and then have a couple of really, really good games. And while that doesn't say much for their consistency and their overall performance, they can do it. And they will do it, and I'm sure we'll see that at some point here in the next couple of days. Yeah, I'm ready to see more from Armed Family as well. Yes, we know they can frag out, and they've only got 7 kills so far over these 4 games. Normally they can pull that out in the first 5 minutes of one game. We're used to seeing them take on teams, and I'm still waiting for them to get into their rhythm. Absolutely, yeah. But we will be seeing that shortly, I'm sure. I doubt they're really going to do that tonight. I feel like they're doing this on purpose. They're playing on purpose like this. Not necessarily badly. I mean, you always are going to have a hard time going into the first day. It's not going to be as you want it. Things will change. You've got teams now who have been practicing and waiting for this for 10 days now. And it is going to make them play a little bit differently to how they normally would. So I think this is fairly normal. And we generally see them be quiet the first at least even 2 days, though they may have to pick up that pace just a little bit for the finals, because we don't have that many days in the finals in general. So hopefully we'll be seeing them come back strong tomorrow. But
we're not done quite yet here for this evening. We're going to be going into a short little break and be back here in a few minutes for Miramar, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be going straight into that Miramar in just a couple of moments here, but it is going to be the final game of the evening. We've had 4 fantastic games so far. I say fantastic a lot because they all are, but they all have been. We have had a great time here. The time's gone very quickly now. Just one game to go. It is going to be a Miramar, so a little bit longer than the other games we've seen before, but certainly action-packed.
Yeah, and there we go. Last game predictions now, Chura. Do you want to pick first this time?
Oh, why? Okay. I'm just looking at my list here. Dick. You know what? Surreal. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go with chat's prediction from last game. I think they got it in for this one.
I am going to go back-to-back Rise of Queens. We haven't seen 2 teams win 2 games today. A team win 2 games, should I say. So we've had different winners, but I'm going to go a second win for Rise. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So good to go there. We are going to be getting into this in just a minute now. Here we go. There's the countdown. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's see. Where's it going? Where's this plane path going? Where's the zone going? I kind of want southeast. Let's make it difficult for the teams for the last game. I want a Puerto Island finish on that eastern
All
side.
right. Opposite to
Mhm.
the last one will be good.
Mhm.
Around the coast, yeah. Puerto
Yeah.
Preso, I like that area. That's where I normally land.
Okay.
Yeah, so I like that area. It'd be a nice end zone because a lot of, well, same as Miramar, all over the place. A lot of hills,
Mhm.
advantages. So let's see where the zone will take us. Here is our plane.
There we
Welcome
go.
to PUBG Airways. This is your pilot speaking with my co-pilot Nebchera, and let's go to Miramar.
Let's go. Ooh! Could we be in for a zone like I said? Because that's very south. That's south of Impala that starts off at, right over to Val Del Mar. So that's a very, very south
Oh,
zone indeed. Yeah, there it
that's
is.
nasty.
There is no way you're going up to La Cobriera. No way. Torreamuda is also not there. Ahumada, yeah. Cruiserville, maybe, but big maybe, and that's with cars, I think. So yeah, I kind of want to see all the teams just hot drop Los Leones and see what happens.
It's going to be interesting. A few of them will have to pick some different areas to land,
Yeah,
and whether they land
for
with
sure.
another team, I think it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think we're going to be seeing more than one or two little hot drop things going on. Nash going to be very happy with that. I mean, straight onto Puerto, that's their normal stomping ground, so they're going to be very happy with that. Drop there, Armed Family going up to Impala, okay, and Rex Spec going up that eastern coastline. So we'll see where that zone goes in just a minute, though. Come on. Plane going across. We will see it in 3, 2, 1. There
The
it
north.
goes. The north indeed. There it is.
Oh, let's
Gone
go.
up all the way up to Campo Militar, Tierra Blanca. I don't mind it. It's not Puerto, but hey, it's the coast and it's up north. I don't mind. I
Yeah,
don't
and
mind
I
this at all.
wonder if Rex Spec there, so they normally a little bit further north. It is in their
Mhm.
zone, their normal drop. I wonder if they'll loot, get vehicles, maybe even
Mhm.
rotate to their usual area because they know that very well.
Mhm.
But who do we have here? We have Gus Killer and Latra
Lytra. Yeah.
landing together. So two of our teams here. Where are we? Chamasera?
Mhm. We are indeed. Yeah,
We
so it's a 3v4 right now. Cat Veins has actually moved away, so I don't know what they're really doing here, but let's see.
I was just going to say, with our chat predictions, we have
Oh, yes?
last game prediction Galatasaray or Surreal. So this guy in chat
Ooh.
is going for Surreal again with Galatasaray.
Nice. Okay. So I got a prediction buddy. Thank you, thank you. Looking forward to Surreal's performance there now. Then don't throw, please. Thank you very much. They're gonna be over in Minas Generalis for now. I do remember them going up there. They tend to also have those cliffs, and they did so well on the Erangel with that cliff over onto the island. That I feel like if the zone does go their way, they'll be quite happy with that cliff again. So kind of why I went for them. And we'll just see. We'll see.
And don't forget, I do have one last code for the UC to
Ooh.
redeem in the chat, so that'll be coming shortly. So don't go
Mm-hmm.
anywhere. Make sure you stay with us and keep an eye out in the stream chat for that code.
Absolutely. Now, apart from the obvious little fight here in Chumacera, I'm looking for other fights that may be going down, and I tell you what, I'm not seeing any. In fact, the dolls have gotten their vehicles and they've just now made it to El Pozo, so they're just now looting. Galatasaray have moved over to Monte Nuevo, they're fine. Caver and Picado, everybody's in their own spot, so this is looking like it's just these two having a go at each other, and that's going to be it for now. We do have Nightmare and Onyx Dream Court in Los Leones right now. Rise of Queens looking like they may want to come up onto that as well, but Los Leones is so large. I mean, it's hard to say that we'll ever get a fight over there.
Yeah, a couple of teams sometimes land there. Dream Core, of course, and yeah, sometimes I think Nightmare as well. Are they there down there? They normally
are indeed
around. Yeah, and yeah, I think everyone's just chilling still. Nothing's even happening here with these two teams who did land together. Everyone's just waiting a little bit to see where everybody goes to. Sonda is heading towards the solo player Cat Veins. So there, is she gonna spot her just over that hillside?
No.
Sonny will go down to Cat Veins first. So I think she was maybe going around there for maybe a flank or to find a vehicle. Didn't know there was also a Ghost Killer player out there, and has got caught out there. Bit of a little bit mistake from Sonny there, thinking she was doing some smart moves alone, but she wasn't.
No, I mean, and this is from the front of the start of the engagement. Cat Veins disengaged from that side, went all the way around. It's taken her a while to get around there. There's so much ground she had to cover, so she's gone right way around, and done very well for herself. I mean, Lydra had the same idea, obviously, but just a little bit later. And yeah, nicely done from Ghost Killer. So now they've got a pretty nice angle on them. They got the 3 on the offense in front there on those front lines, and then they got Cat Veins on that side angle as well. So looking pretty nice. But Lytra, I mean, they're just going to be holding those positions. That's going to be really hard to push.
Yeah, they will both have to move at some point with that massive distance that they have to cover to get into zone as well. But Open's managed to return there. Delirium will go down to that mini. Whether Cat Veins can pull in there for some higher support. Maybe she already is making her way. But here with Rise of Queens, who are we looking at right now? Oh, we're going back to Latra. Not with Rise of Queens anymore. I thought they were maybe looking at someone in the distance, but we're back with Latra and Ghost Killer, who haven't got that revive up yet. And looks like who is that just on the outside of them as well? Is Cat Veins made her way back? I think she has.
Possibly. No, she's good. So Kawaii is gone for that res, and Cat Veins has stayed on her position.
Nice. So just that little bit of high ground there. The Overwatch zone is coming in now as well. So who is going to make the first move to try and leave and get to zone? I can't imagine they've had a lot of time here to get that much loot. So we're going to have to go at some point.
I think it's Lytra trying to disengage from this a little bit. Saunders seems to be trying to make her way to the north side, but Ghost Killer doing the same thing. And actually, yeah, Ghost Killer have entirely disengaged here because Kawaii and Delirium haven't gone back. Fra's moving out, and Cat Veins is still in blue. So, yeah, I think this is a mutual decision to disengage here, and we're going to the zone now. Oof, and a lot of teams are actually, gotta say, close together, both in the center and in rotation. Nash and Onyx Dream Court right next to each other. In front, or right behind Armed Family, by the way. And you've also got Surreal, Galatasaray, Respect. They're all pretty darn close.
All right, Natura, I'm going to leave you to talk about the next zone as it comes in, and I'll hop over and get this code sent to our YouTube chat. So watch out, guys. That code will be in there shortly for our last UC giveaway, another 1,800.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go. So get your grubby paws all over that one. That's one you're going to want. Looks like the teams have decided it's going to be El Hazahar. I said that completely wrong, but they've gone for it. We've got Ozorox there, Rise of Queens, Respect, Surreal, Galatasaray, all in that area with more coming in now. There's Galatasaray on your screens right now. Looks like Arm Family and Nightmare are having a little bit of a go at each other. There, you're just seeing some nades being thrown left and right. There is a knock on to Kitty, though, unfortunately, on the side of Nightmare. So that's 1 down for the Nightmare Girls. Oh, but Armed Family in that mini-map, they got a really nice off angle coming in there from right behind. Yeah, there you go. Galatasaray as well, having a little bit of a hard time against Surreal. Welcome back. But here we are. So, yep, there goes Surreal taking out Tofita, I think that was. Oh, goodness. That's not one you want to lose this early. And Galatasaray are going to be disengaging from that pretty much immediately. I think they're going to be going over to Ozorox and Rexpect instead. So they got to still be careful here. There's Armed Family and Nightmare. They've managed to corner them into this compound. Looking good so far. Oh, but never mind. Kittle does go down there. I think that's going to be a res back up, though. I think that's pretty easily done. But it does give Nightmare time to reassess. And right now, they're not really reassessing unless they're going to be disengaging here. I am seeing them try to flank around from the right-hand side. Possibly, yeah. So there's Armed Family now trying to get a big, massive flank all the way around. Freep's just going all over the place. But yeah, wrong side. It's going to be Nightmare on that western side, trying to flank around that way. Try to get that better spot. Ooh, and it goes south, so no Campo Militar for us. No annoying any of these teams, really. It's going to give it to them easy. All right, fine then. Interesting, we have a lot of teams outside of zone, though. We do have Besiktas just now coming in. There's Lytra down there as well. Goskillen need to still come in. And a lot of teams over to that center northeast side, so... Seeing a lot of open ground in La Bendita and Minas Generalis. Graveyard as well. That could be a really, really nice spot, particularly for those western teams. If Wildcats could get there first, I think they could have a really, really good spot for gatekeeping. I think that would be a really nice spot for them. As it stands right now, the Wildcats are already gatekeeping Yakut quality, but outside of zone, which is not always ideal. But it's what they're doing for now, especially because the next zone, or this zone, is not particularly harmful.
Oh, I'm back just in time to see Family taking on Sly Nightmare. We're going to blow that door down so we have a bit of extra sight. Get some heals on there. Where is Freeps? What's she up to? She's coming all the way around them. Using that jump punch. Make no noise as she tries to creep up, and she gets a lovely view there. She's going to take down Kitty. She's going to keep making her way up there.
Nice.
Oh my god. Players knocked down in return, and Nisa's going to go down as well as Razova also made her way around them, just underneath them as well. She is the last one up here for Sly Nightmare and Family, getting their revives up really quick. We've got one more left and we're going to get that one up real quickly. We're going to have 2 players to keep their eyes on Nightmare while they get those revives. Kitty is going to go out. There's just a solo left, I believe, because they have 3 kills now. Armed Family. Yep. And it is it just was over there, just down below? Yep. And just like that, we're going to switch real quick to Onyx Dreamcore. Here is Pinky. She's got eyes on Rise of Queens, but she has a full squad in front of her. Ooh. I wouldn't make any noise. I would just let them move on. Hide if I can. She's going to try and run back to her team, but she's turned her back on them. And if they hear her, they're going to come real quick. Looks like her teammate could be coming to pick her up. Yildiz is not too far behind her, though. Is she going to get any views on her as she's running away? Can she get the height advantage? Not quite just yet. Pinky. Oh, we're back over with Razova there. The solo. She's still trying to take on Armed Family. Looks like Pinky has just hidden behind that rock. Real quick and quiet. Here comes the nades of Delphia. And I think the rest of Onyx Dreamcore just a little bit further behind Pinky. So she's still on her own at the moment, but they haven't managed to see where she is. But Inferno have spotted her teammates. And they have got that one knock there. And Razova, I think she's feeling the pressure because Armed Family are not letting this one go. There goes the molly.
Ugh.
I don't know, she's just
Surreal.
cheeky there. Yeah, 6 dope dolls. And Rizova does manage to get a knock onto Armed Family, but the rest of the teammates there to take them out in 16th place. Unfortunately, Surreal in a little bit of trouble as well. Whose pick was that?
Yeah, it looks like the Cave Divas win was a fluke, and it will not be repeated. So I'm so sorry, Surreal, for cursing your game, but there we go. You still got Shirazers, still got the MVP of the first game up and running, so hopefully she can stay alive for a little bit longer.
Yep, Cave Divas are in the kill feed as well. Aquarius is going to go down to Loriachi. Where are we? We're over with Besiktas real quick though. Arm Family have another squad to deal with as Kiddle is going to go down first. And Arm Family have been in the wars so far. They came out the other side though. They've got their full team back up before. Can they do it again? The nade is going to come out from Elim. Not quite enough. The Molotov follows real quick.
Yeah,
2 Molotovs going, but yeah, just a little bit off there with that aim, and looking like Arm Family can get their player back up again. As there we go in the kill feed. Someone has knocked themselves. Whether they've fallen off a cliff, jumped out of something, I'm not sure, but I think it was Ghost's Killer. And while Arm Family are also going down to Besiktas, they're focusing on Leitra as well, and only Sonda remains. Can she get that medkit in time? She just about manages to heal that in time, but she is on her own now, trying to get into the next zone.
The next zone keeps going north, by the way, so it's gone north again, so we've got a lot of action from the south and the southwest.
Alright, Arm Family losing Kiddle there. They have another player down, so just 2 up, and Sonda's got a tough job trying to get into zone there, and it is going to be a kill there, and they will come out in 15th. Tough job there for Leitra.
I am surprised that she lasted even that long. Goodness. Wow. But she does manage to do it. There we go. And let's see. New zone has come up. It is going to be to that north once again. There it is. Rise right in the middle there. Got a good spot there. Looking strong again so far. Rise of Queens currently have 1 kill. Just the 1. And we still have 14 left to go. So still in the no point zone. So they got to be very, very careful here. As careful as Mia from Ozorox is being against the dolls. They've just come into her territory. She's a full squad still, but still, you know, you don't want to do anything unnecessary. But Sophia's going to go down to the Rise of Queens.
Rise of Queens just up there, we can see to the right-hand side. And it's going to start getting interesting. It's for Arm Family. After I said they only have 7 kills from the last 4 games, they've already got 7 kills now in this game. So they've equal. I said they're a little bit quiet. I'm waiting for them to come through. I think they must have been listening to me, because here they are. They've got another knock in the kill feed, and they're saying, "Majesty, just wait." And we have a nade elimination there for these guys, and we are with 6 dope dolls. As your cook quality go out in 14th, and another nade there nearly takes out Megumi of the dolls. She's got Ozorox pushing now, a duo. Can she? She takes 1 down.
Oh no!
Thought she was going to get both there. She did that quick switch into first person, but does go down. And we have another nade elimination there as well. And Wildcats are fragging out in Miramar right now. They've got some good kills so far. I think they're... where is Wildcats kills? I thought I saw they had a few. They've got 5 at the moment.
5, yeah.
So creeping up as well with their kills. They always do pretty good in Miramar with their kills. Alright, we've got Freeps of Arm Family going out to play zone. This is when it starts to get tricky. You can't hang around in there for too long. We've got another nade coming in from Red. She's going to follow that up with a second one. Can she thirst? Not quite connecting. We don't have... we just got 1 nade left for her. And she is on her own now. But they have 2 kills. and see if she can pressure Ozorox here to leave that player she knocked. Can she thirst it? She does. She's going to get her second kill. There we go. And that is going to be Besiktas, who go out in 13th, quickly followed by Ghost Killer in 12th. So we're now into our placement points. That was Cave Divas there in the kill feed. Cave Divas have had a great day. They've had a great start to these finals.
They really have. They really have.
Just hate me now. Solo for Arm Family. Getting those 8 kills for them. They'll be pleased with that. That's more kills than what they got in the total of the last 4 games. And Surreal here pushing on to Sonya. But Cave Divas holding strong. There she goes and gets her first kill. And Surreal eliminated in 11th place.
Very, very nicely done. Cave have just come out above and beyond tonight. I mean, it's been maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's been such a really good evening for them. First game not so amazing if I remember correctly. Miramar, of course, they won that one. Sanhok, still a good result. And then the Erangel as well did really well in that one. So they just had a fantastic night. And pretty consistent, though. Like, top 7 consistently. So it's been really good for them. Armed Family, 8 eliminations, though, out in that 10th place position. So still 8 kills. It's interesting because I thought they weren't going to come back for tonight. I thought, okay, they have one last game. They're going to still play this quietly. But no, they've come out with 8 kills. They've done really well here. So 8 kills going over to them and a couple of points.
Yeah, that's the Arm Family that we started to see late on in our league games. They did start off the league a bit quieter, and then all of a sudden, they just started fragging everyone, pushing everyone, and they became a better team, so it's nice to see them do that again in our last game tonight. Wildcats here have 9 kills so far.
Goodness.
And we haven't spectated them much, but here we are, Elam with those names. She has 3 kills for herself. I can see Rise of Queens, Delphia there picking up some kills on Respect, picking them up to 3 eliminations, so looking good for them. But Wildcats, 10 kills now. They just keep on coming and keep on coming. Sniper there goes down. Trying to here with the Divas, Cave Divas. So 2 strong teams there battling it out as 6 Dolls go out in 9th place.
GG's. 9th place, not bad at all. The Wildcats there. Yeah, I mean, for sure, Wildcats, it's their best map. They often win on a Miramar. However, it's been kind of hit or miss with them tonight. It's been or with just the lobby in general, there's no real prediction that you're able to really do. I mean, it's all been so kind of random as the new zone moves in and nobody's in it. That's great. Love to see it. And that's going to be... Who is that even? Let me check that very quickly. Yeah, Rise of Queens. I thought so. Moving straight into that. But yeah, I think the results tonight have been pretty random. Each team doing well in different areas. So it's been really hard to really say anybody's been consistent. But yeah, Wildcats definitely been doing super well here. Bringing it all back because I think they're kind of low down on... Oh, nice nade return, though.
Nade exchange there from Lara and the Wildcats. Only a duo up for Galatasaray, so Wildcats could take advantage of that, but the nade of Lara does get the knock there, and she's going to throw in another one. Oh, Cave Divas just pulling right up into the sights of Delphia, who will go down to Logica. So there we go, and Divas there will be eliminated eventually in 6th place, but they do have, 4 eliminations for them. And we're into our top 5, and Delphia should be able to get revived. That smoke there coming up for that revive. Let's go. We got moving into the zone there. Vehicles being used. Lara will go down, and so will her teammate, and that's Galatasaray in 5th place. I think they went out to Wildcats. So Wildcats have their tally up to about 12 kills, maybe. 12 or so, and one of them is down
12
at the moment. Elam goes down to Inferno. So still with 4 teams now that are left. Wildcats there fighting. They got a knock, and Bugs Bunny will be stolen by Cakes. It was Wildcats who got that knock, and Cakes came in and stole that one. And there they are. trying to take on Delicia as well. We get that kill too for Yildiz, and just like that, 6 kill for Rise of Queens, looking good for these girls. Full team still up, top 4 now, and they only have 5 players to face. We've got Ozorox there, having their best game of the night so far. Solo, I believe, therefore, Inferno just underneath Yildiz here. That is going to be them out in 4th place with 7 eliminations, so a good game for them as well. The nades of Sierra trying to take on the Wildcats. Can anything connect here? She's got to watch out for Rise of Queens behind her as well. Not too far away. Let's get bandaged. Let's get boost up, ladies. Zone is coming. You got 40 seconds. No one's really in this one yet anyway. Rise of Queens there, 3-1 split. So we've got Elif's just out there keeping an eye on everybody else. And it is Wildcats and Ozorox there who got to come in. We just see that player. I can't quite see her name. Just going down. So Sierra will be on her own with the duo of Wildcats in front of her, and the full force of a full squad of Rise of Queens.
Gosh, yeah, in this zone, actually, oh, hang on.
The sprays are coming now. We've got a knock, I think, for Rise of Queens, so they have a knocked player. Is Sierra going to try and revive really, really quick, because we've got a couple of knocks elsewhere, so everyone needs to just take a breather. She is going to go for that revive, it looks like, and 3 eliminations there for Elif. She's doing well. She was out there on her own as the outside player. Edie looking pretty low there. She eliminated. It's going to be Ozorox who will go out. Edie and Elif's there. Way low, and it will be Ozorox to go out. Oh! Hey! I was so busy talking about third place. Just like that, they win it, and I was correct. Woo! Go Rise of Queens. They did back to back, and I was right.
Back to back.
I completely just missed that, talking about third place.
I know.
Minute, it's the winners.
Yeah.
Just like that, it's gone.
Happens all the time with me, but yeah, very, very quickly done. I mean, once they got Ozorox out the way, there was no hesitation whatsoever, no time taken. They just went straight for that push, did not let the Wildcats have any sort of time to think about anything, and just go for it. So really, really well done from them. There we are, back-to-back chicken dinners for the Rise of Queens. A heck of a lot of points, and that might just get them in first place for tonight.
I think it should.
It should, yeah.
Didn't do too well. Neither did Latra. They didn't get many points either. So yeah, good for Rise of Queens. Good for the Wildcats as well. And yeah, back-to-back wins. They were the first team to do it tonight. So we had quite a nice spread of winners tonight for our maps. But I had a feeling they could have been our first team to go back-to-back, and they did. And Delphia, they're our MVP.
Yeah, and they did with a vengeance, I gotta say. I mean, 11 kills for the Rise of Queens there in the end. So a big score coming in from them. And then the Wildcats as well, though, gotta say, they are, I think, our highest kill team for this game with 6, 11, 12 kills. So not far off what Rise had in the end, but I think the Wildcats had that 12 kills sooner. But yeah, just very, very good stuff from them. Ozorox with those 4 kills, and then Nash in 4th place, to be honest, with 7 kills. So as a team that's at the bottom of the table, that's a great result coming in from Inferno.
Yeah, their best game so far. There was a few teams in these last 2 games who had their best game of the night, and will help them, give them a little boost going into the second day tomorrow. And hopefully they can continue that momentum and keep picking up those points.
No, absolutely. And it really, really helps, to end on a good note. It helps your mentality so much coming into day 2 tomorrow. So hopefully these teams can all be proud of what they've done. I think we've seen all these teams do really well at some point or another. So hopefully they can be proud of what they've done so far, sleep well tonight, and get up ready to do it all over again tomorrow. But 26 total points for Rise of Queens.
with their 11 kills, 12 for Wildcats. So I still think it's going to be tight at the top. It's going to be nice bit of competition. And yeah,
Agreed.
15 there for Inferno, who really needed that. So did Arm Family. They got themselves 9 kills. So a couple of teams there who were looking a bit lower down there on the table, really boosting themselves, and they'll be really happy with that too. No kills there though for your Cook Quality. I mean, no points or kills for your Cook Quality and Nightmare, and just a 1 for Leitra and Besiktas.
Unusual for Elisha, but I think they got really messed up by that zone. They had to land in Shumasera, got delayed by Goskilla there, and then just couldn't really get back on their feet after that. Look at Nightmare though, 980 damage with 0 kills. That feels bad, man.
They had that long fight with Arm Family, and it was a good battle, but they couldn't get anything from it.
Yeah,
no kills. They did get a couple of knocks. Obviously, that damage shows. Just wasn't able to confirm anything. But Dreamcore, look at 0. They didn't even hit any shots. Just elimination for them.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, Onyx didn't. But the thing is, right, is Onyx came 7th. So they came 7th without dealing any damage or killing anybody. That's what's crazy.
Good for you. If I came 7th and managed to get myself 2 points,
exactly.
I didn't even hit anyone. We got 2 points, so.
Yeah, I mean, in a classic game, that's a -40 normally, so, I'll take it. But yeah, there's your overall stats as well. Few more rescues, few less throwables, but yeah, we didn't see a whole lot of throwables, it feels like, overall. So 159 going that way, 2 airdrops, and 78-18 total healing. So quite a bit of healing for a Miramar game.
Yeah, I really think tomorrow and Thursday, our final day, will be really when we see those stats increase, especially with those throwables. Those rescues. There was that early fight between Leitra and Goskilla, the 2 solos that went out there the same direction for the same idea, but Goskilla was already there waiting.
This was a really interesting fight between the 2 here. It looked like Nightmare would actually win this, and then these little these angles, these flanks by Arm Family just did really a lot of good. It's weird because Nightmare actually did flank up to that hill, but then they came back, and that's what killed them, I think. They had a fairly good spot, but it seems like they decided that it was not as good as that wall there, but unfortunately by that time Arm Family had already come through and gotten those angles, so it was kind of game over there, but that's a shame. But good stuff nonetheless. Besiktas there as well, tables have turned right in Nightmare's, or rather Arm Family's position, and got one there. So so it was a lot of action today.
Yeah, I was happy to see Arm Family come out in that last game and get the kills that we know that they can get. After those 4 earlier games, they didn't really get much, but then they came out and got more kills in that game than they did all together. So nice to see them come through in that last game, and hopefully they can continue that into tomorrow.
Absolutely. Really liked this fight from the dolls as well. So close. I just think that Reds here could have been slightly more aggressive. I think she fell back and just waited a little bit too long, and they ended up getting all those reses and she just gave them the space to move forward, which I feel like she probably could have blocked had she played a little bit differently, but that's just me, that's a real shame right there. Moving straight into it, but nice cover.
They did have a nice position, and they kept their team alive, full squads, and just picking people off towards the end. There was another 1v1. It was nicely done as well. And then the last bit chaotic, I completely missed it. Hopefully they show us it now, because I need to see the highlight too.
Yeah,
I didn't even catch the last kills there. It happened just like that. But there we go, Ozrox going out. Oh,
Oh, no.
because we were
Okay, there we
spectating the
go.
healer. We were spectating the
Yeah.
healer, so we didn't get to see that. And here
well.
is our first head-to-head. Elifs and Alum, Rise of Queens and Wildcats. Nice damage for them both. Not too much in it, to be honest. Same with the eliminations. Then those throwables, 18 used by Alum. So she's really going in with those nades, those smokes.
She is, yeah.
Helping out there, but 13 eliminations to 11, even though the damage was higher for the Wildcats player. Oh yes, finally we can see the MVP race, and it's Elifs and Eden. Of course, we just saw the head-to-head
Yes.
in first and second, and then Cat Veins and Shiraz's Yildiz. This is a nice mix of players that we haven't seen up there before.
You know what's crazy? Is Galatasaray are not in the top 5.
Yeah, there's Fires in 6th place and Sima just behind us. So let's go. I'm excited to see the MVP race. It's one of the ones that I said will be a nice one to keep an eye on. And there we go. Elifs in the lead at the moment.
Yeah, looking good. Good job, her. She's just got to keep that pace going over the next 2 days, because all these girls are actually pretty close to each other. If you look at the overalls, they're not that far behind. So yeah, she's got a tough race ahead of her. She's got to keep up that momentum, keep those kills and those damage and that average survival coming, and maybe we'll see her be crowned MVP at the end of the day, or end of the 3 days rather.
Yeah, look at Yildiz's damage though, with 6 eliminations. Over 2,000 down there in 5th place.
Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
look at this. Rise of Queens have taken the top spot.
They have.
Galatasaray with those 2 wins. Total eliminations is still only 34 to 33. So even though Galatasaray had that 0-point first game and 73-75 for their throwables, so pretty even up there. Just the damage slightly in Rise of Queens flavor. I mean, that could work. That works as well.
Sure.
In their favour. Over 300 difference there. And there you go. Oh. They now have a lead of 12 points over Galatasaray. Wildcats moving up on in there into 3rd.
Yes.
Quickly followed behind Cave Divas.
1 point difference. 1. Goodness me. It's so close still, though, isn't it? 74 to 62. What is that? 12 points difference. Then you've got, 5 points, 1 point, another 11 points. It's so close. It's 1 game difference.
Yeah, and we know that some of these teams can make up that difference just in 1 game, and it can all turn around, literally game by game. But nice to see our today's match winners there. We have Leitra in Erangel, Cave Divas take Miramar, the Wildcats in Sanhok, and then our last 2 games of Erangel and Miramar both go to Rise of Queens. My prediction for the last game finally came true after all the other ones didn't. But there we go, back-to-back wins for Rise of Queens.
You know what's real fun is both our predictions were right tonight. I got Cave on Miramar, and you got back-to-back. That's unheard of.
We're doing better in the finals. Yay! We've watched them. I think tomorrow we'll have a good day as well. Fingers crossed for us.
Fingers crossed. We're not cursing anybody. But, yeah. So, that has been the 5 first games of the finals of the PUBG Mobile European Wonder League. I always say Women's League. It's Wonder League. So, that has been 5 down and dusted. That is 1/3 of the finals already over, and we just have 2 more days left to go. 10 more matches for these teams and for you at home to watch. So it has been a great night so far tonight. So far, the finals are shaping up to be very nice indeed. We've had so many plot twists for today alone in those 5 games. We had, I think, a change of the top spot 3 times today. So definitely one to watch in the next couple of days. Thank you so much for watching, though. That has been it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, like I just said. Thank you so much for supporting your teams as well. Enjoy your UC, whoever won those UCs. I'm jealous. But we will be seeing you tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. And we'll be here again tomorrow night, same time, same place. And until then, have a great night, everybody. Good night.
Yeah, good night, guys.